do your thing,
Of
and
course, brother.
we'll have some fun.
Of course. So welcome everybody to the stream. I've been very, very excited for this guest. Today we have Gary, the numbers guy, on. This guy's a legend. I've been watching this guy for quite a while now. He's got some very interesting opinions and takes. So Gary, welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. I really appreciate it, brother.
Oh, good. What's the show called?
It's not really a show, just kind of a stream. Just Tyson Hockley everywhere.
Okay. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, but I,
Yep.
just like I'm Gary the numbers guy, but people know GG33 more than they actually know Gary the numbers guy.
Yeah.
So that's a way, for you to get clout off both names. You understand?
Yeah.
So you need to form like some kind of organization, just like Sneeko has Love Speech.
Right.
That way you can build from both.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Just
a good point.
Good marketing.
That's a good point. How'd you start GG33? Like, how'd that come to start?
Well, I started GG33 in 2011. And honestly, it started with the fact that I had no one to actually talk to about this stuff. Because back in those days, it was just me calling the radio, and I was that crazy guy from Cleveland always talking about numbers.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start an organization, and it started in 2011 with two other people. Both are still cool with me. And we expanded to, if you count GG33 Academy, we're over 5,000 now.
Jeez, brother.
Most people, when they open up groups, they usually fold within 3 months, because once you get to over 50 people, that's a lot of egos. That's a lot of personalities. And you can't just be the alpha all the time. And you can't be a pushover all the time. And you have to find that common ground. And that's how you start understanding what politics is all about. Politics is the art of compromise. So, like, for instance, you have two people in the group beefing. What are you going to take one person's side? Then everyone who's on the other person's side is going to be against you too. So you have to find ways to compromise. You have to find ways to make people understand that loyalty to you isn't necessarily mean that they have to like everyone in the group, because you're not going to like all your coworkers. It's just a fact. It's not going to happen. There's no ideal situation. Hell, some people don't even like their people in their whole damn family.
Yeah.
Look at these religions. In Islam, you have Sunni versus Shiite. They're killing each other, literally. Then, in Christianity, you have the Catholics, you have the Christians, you have the way out there Jehovah's Witnesses. These are people who have literally killed each other in the past. So, that's one of the ways the elite do things. When a group gets too big, you can splinter it right away. So that's why I made sure not to get my group too big. But, it's a lot of personalities to manage. And one of the things is, when it was like 100, 150 people, I used to have a lot of personal relationships with my students. Now it's the fact that people can join GG33 and they never even talk to me.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mentioned off stream that I like your hat. I've heard you say that, like, when a president comes to power in their enemy year, it's usually not a good thing. Donald Trump, I believe. Yeah. Correct. So right now it's a dragon year. I believe Donald Trump's a dog. So
let me go into the last time this happened. And it was the year 2000. George W. Bush won a contested election against Al Gore, and he was a dog, and he won in the dragon year, and he beat the rat. And his presidency was horrible. He had the Great Recession in 2008. He had 9/11 in 2001. It was a horrible presidency. But, one thing we have to take into account is Donald Trump became president for the first time on January 20th, 2017.
Right.
And that is the energy that reigns supreme, because Donald Trump never lost any elections. Donald Trump did not lose any elections. After he wins this one, he's going to be 3-0 in actual elections. This man's undefeated. So, here's what it comes down to. You can't have a woman in the White House. You literally can't have a woman in the White House unless she's just some back room who's doing her job at 1 a.m. You can't have a woman in the White House. Okay. All jokes aside, again, I'm trying to be a little comedic here, but women aren't meant to be in those positions, no matter how much brainwashing they give to you in the educational system. Women crack under pressure. And yes, you can probably name 1, 2, 3 good leaders, women leaders throughout history. Out of how many thousands? What are the percentages? I mean, I always tell people this. Don't trust me, trust history. The last united Korea was under a woman when the North and South Korea were together. They were a strong nation. They were a strong people until they had a woman in power, and then they broke up into two. And they have not been whole since. Hawaii used to be a separate nation, and it fell under a woman, and the Kingdom of Hawaii is no more. The Ming Dynasty was around for centuries until a princess came to power. Bye-bye. Right now in Sweden, they have an unprecedented crime wave going on because they just have rapid immigration coming in from third world nations, and these people just don't know how to act in civilized society. They've never been taught how to act in civilized society. And who allowed this to happen? Women. Like the ex-Swedish president and prime minister, who is a woman. So anytime you have women in power, I mean, we had this broad in the UK who lasted literally 40 days and she tapped out. 40 days, and all of a sudden tapping out. This ain't for her. So look at those examples. Don't worry about what this misogynist says. Look at what history tells you. Because one thing, men lie. We know women lie. But history and numbers never lie.
Yeah, that's facts. I gotta tell you, bro, my mom's watching this podcast, so I might be hearing about this afterwards.
Hi, Mom.
I'm not saying I disagree with you, but for the sake of my mom watching, you're such a misogynist.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I'm gonna tell you, if you aren't a misogynist, you're not a real man. Because if you're a real man, you're leading your household. Okay, I don't care how strong the woman is, how base the woman is. If you're a real man, you're leading the household. And again, I'm married for a long time. My wife makes most of the decisions. What she's cooking, what's for dinner, when the kids are going to sleep. She makes most of the decisions in the house. I just make the important ones. That's how it works. So yeah, I think women should have certain rights to do certain things, but not when it comes to voting. 19th Amendment caused more damage than 19. So let me ask you this. Is your mom pro Clinton or pro Harris or pro Trump?
I mean, we live in Canada, so she doesn't really care. She's kind of like open-minded. Like she's not like for Trump, but she's not for Kamala.
Is she pro Trudeau?
No, she's against Trudeau.
Okay, so if you're against Trudeau, you do understand that most of the women in Canada are voting for Trudeau. And if it wasn't for women voters, there would be no Trudeau. So see, this is the way you explain it to women so they understand. Again, oh my God, he's such a misogynist. But guess what? 67% of single mothers voted for Biden. No single mothers, no Biden. You understand? It's really simple. This isn't rocket science here. And I understand I'm not talking to intellectuals out there, but 1 + 1 = 2. So right here, it's in your face. You want to deny logic? Go right ahead. I'm not the idiot. You are.
Right. No, you are speaking facts here. Also, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are both dragons in a dragon year.
Democrats are definitely using astrology. Why else would they put some waltz on the ticket? I mean, this guy might be a for all you know, man. Because a competitor are almost the same thing 40% of the time. No, don't let anyone tell you any different. Okay, they're pretty much the same thing. That's why one of the biggest shames of our society, and Donald Trump, will put a stop to this if he can, is the fact that we allow gay men to adopt kids. It's literally sick. And I'm tell you why. When it comes down to lesbians, and again, I'm not saying I promote that stuff, but lesbians don't really hurt kids. It might not be the ideal environment to raise a kid in with two mommies, no masculine energy around, but they don't actually sexually abuse kids. Gay men as couples, 90% of the time insist on adopting little boys. Now, women, they don't care if it's a boy or a girl. But for some reason, 90% of gay couples insist on adopting little boys. Now, I'm not saying anything. You guys can, put, the stuff together yourself, but there's something very not kosher about that. And I think it's a tragedy in our society that we don't protect the least fortunate, an orphan who's lost their parents for whatever reason. And then society gives them up to these fucking files. Shame. And this is, a testament to how weak Christians have got. Is your mom Christian, by the way?
She's not really. No, she's not really Christian.
Okay.
She's not really religious.
Okay,
no.
So that's good. But to the Christians out there, I mean, you allowed this to happen. You allowed this to happen with your votes. You are complicit. You are complicit in what is going on in a human trafficking ring for adopting kids and basically letting pedophiles get their hands on. You are the reason this is allowed to happen with your democratic votes and your liberalism, because this doesn't happen in Islamic countries. This does not happen in Muslim countries. They don't let gay people adopt kids. They do in Christian nations. So,
what do you think about Islam? Because Sonny's been talking to me about a lot about it. It's been kind of making sense, some of the things. I made one video saying I'm considering Islam, and it got like 1 million views on Twitter, which is insane. A lot of outrage.
It's religious grifting this year is off the charts.
Yeah.
Almost everyone is grifting religion this year. I mean, if you go to Twitter debates, it's always Christianity versus Islam. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Sonny. If Christianity is kindergarten, then Islam's second grade. All right, it's that simple. Let me tell you something. I do respect a lot of the principles in Islam. I do not eat pork. I do not drink. Okay, but I don't do that for astrology reasons, not because of Allah. But I respect the fact that they don't do it either. I respect their core family values. I respect the fact that they have something called honor killings. Do you know what honor killings are?
Honor killings, no.
Okay. So, say you're a father or a brother in an Islamic nation, and your mother or your sister or your daughter is a whore. I'm being dead serious. This is no joke. Then she's bringing shame upon your family,
right?
And you have to basically take care of it, and that is called an honor killing. The strength that it takes to do something like that is off the charts. That you want to respect your family bloodline, your family honor so much that you would make sure that the women around you are held in check. That's a beautiful thing. And guess what? The Taliban's don't have a divorce rate. There's no divorce rate there. In America, there's a divorce rate that started 80% by women, because you can never satisfy a woman. I want to make this abundantly clear to everyone listening. You can never satisfy a woman. She will always want more. I'll tell you why. It's in the woman's psychology. If a woman sees she could have everything in the world, the nicest cars, the nicest everything, okay? And say, I'll just put this ring on as an example, okay? Say a woman sees a really nice thing that another woman has. In her mind, she's going to start saying, well, if she deserves that, I deserve that. That's how women always think. They always think they deserve something, because if someone else has it, why did they have it? That means they should have it too. So that's the way the women think. They always think they deserve what other people have. And because of that one reason, you're never going to satisfy them. So if you're a beta male trying to satisfy a woman and your whole life objective is about satisfying your woman, you fail. And you always will fail. Another example I can give you, I gave a reading to a guy, and we'll get into some numerology and all this other stuff. I want to get this out the way. I talked to a guy about 2 years ago. I gave him a numerology reading, and he told me he left Japan to go to Indonesia because his wife wanted to move back to Indonesia because that's where she's from. So he sold his business. He did everything. He moved back to Indonesia. He started the business there. They're there for about 18 months. And then all of a sudden, the woman decides she wants to move back to Japan. Well, the guy's like, wait a second. I basically changed my whole life coming down for you. I can't just move. I have a business here now. I got to support you. Well, the woman said she wanted to move. She moved back to Japan, and he was left there. So he started telling me how bad the woman was and how horrible of a person she was. And I'm like, why? Why is she a bad person? I'm like, you followed a woman, so it's your fault. If a man follows a woman and he fails, and she fails, it's not the woman's fault. It's the man's fault for actually following her. So any man who's voting for Kamala Harris, you're literally voting for a whore. She slept her ass to the White House. She has no unique skills. She has no foreign policy experience. She has nothing except she's good at opening her legs to the right people. That's it. That's what she's good at. What a horrible example for women for how to get in the position of power, to be a fucking whore. First, she was Montel Williams' whore. Then she broke up a fucking marriage with Willie Brown. She was literally sucking off Willie Brown, the former mayor of San Francisco, and fucked up his marriage. This is a home wrecker. And now you want to put her in the White House. Just absolutely astonishing shit, bro. And the fact that they're able to get away with this stuff tells you how far the family unit has fallen. The only reason they can get away with this shit is because the family unit in the United States of America is broken. Because if the family unit was whole, we wouldn't be fighting about bullshit. We'd be looking at them. Right. But they know everything is so fucked up, no one's actually looking at them. Ukraine is literally a money laundering operation. Ukraine has been a money laundering operation from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. And no, you think they could get away with this shit in the 50s and 1960s? Hell no. They'd never get away with this shit. But shit is so corrupt now. Shit is so rotten in the core of the United States of America that this type of corruption is tolerated. I mean, Joe Biden's literally money. His son's a fucking crackhead, sleeping around with fucking prostitutes. And, they want to talk about Trump. Look at Trump's kids. They're all good kids. Nothing bad about any of Trump's kids in the fucking media. Absolutely nothing. But they want to talk about Trump's the bad guy. You can almost kind of feel bad for Biden because he had this son called Beau Biden. He was in the military. He was the attorney general of his state. I think it was Delaware. And he was supposed to be Biden's bagman in Ukraine. All of a sudden, this guy dies, and they have to turn everything to the family fuck up Hunter Biden. So a stroke of bad luck for Joe Biden, or maybe Barack Obama knew what he was doing. Wink, wink.
Do you think that Kamala Harris has a better chance of winning because she's in her strong year, the dragon year, as opposed to Trump in his enemy year? Do you think that could?
The last time it was a dragon year and a dog ran, he won. That's the example I gave with George W. Bush. So I do believe under normal circumstances, the dragon would do. I mean, listen, they can steal the election. Okay. They can steal the election and this broad would be president. But I don't think I honestly don't think Barack Obama wants her to be president. I think, this is a dog and pony show, and I think he'd rather have Trump president. So I do trust that Barack Obama would stop the Clintons operative, who was Kamala Harris. So I do think Barack Obama is siding with Trump. Obviously, you don't see that publicly, but I think that's what's happening. I think if you look at the country, the single women voters are not going to be enough for Kamala Harris. And if you ask these women why they vote for Kamala Harris, they're just going to tell you it's because it's a woman, or they're going to tell you because of abortion. I want you to think about what these women are actually doing. They don't care about the economy. They don't care about America staying a superpower. The only thing they care about is their right, quote unquote, to be and to fucking murder. Because women can legally murder. Me and you can't. Me and you go to prison. Women can illegally open their legs because of lust and then go to a doctor and kill a fucking baby. Me and you go to fucking prison for that. For women, it's their so-called rights. I want you to understand something. When women actually give you that argument that it's their body, I want you to tell them this. When a woman is pregnant, she's the bus driver, but there's also people in the back of the bus, and that's called the baby. And you don't have a right to get in an accident just because you're driving the fucking bus, bitch. Okay? It's that simple. It really is. You might be the bus driver, but there's people in the back seat. Right. That's not your body. You are sharing that body. And if you have a problem with that, don't talk to us men. Talk to God. Talk to the prime creator, because he's the one who made you that way. So if you have a problem with the way it is, go fucking sue the goddamn church. Sue the goddamn imams, okay? But you don't fucking talk to men about it, because we had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in God?
Of course. I call him the prime creator.
What is like your main belief, and like how does that, like, do you believe that God created like numerology, and like that's like
I believe that's the prime creator's code, but I don't insult the prime creator by calling him a god. Do you have any idea how many false gods there are?
Yeah.
There's so many false gods to actually call God God is an insult. I call him the prime creator, the grand architect, whatever you want to call him. But to call him God, listen, I think here's my main issue with these religions. All right. They all want you to worship. That's a big no-no for me. Us as human beings, at least the ones who have souls, we have energy. And when you worship, you actually give away your energy. Why would an all-powerful being demand worship out of you? I mean, if you listen to some of these imams, they'll tell you it's better to be gay than not to worship. What?
Yeah.
What? They've actually said, I'd rather have a son be gay than one who doesn't worship. So basically, the Muslims are saying they're putting worship above everything else. Not all Muslims, but a high majority of them. They put worship about everything else. If, let's say you're a father, if you bring a child in this world, do you want that kid to worship you all day?
No.
Then why would our Father put us on this planet to worship him? He wouldn't. So anything that demands worship, or Christianity and Islam, I got a big issue with that, because my belief is a real prime creator, quote unquote God, would never demand worship, but a false one would. So it's my belief that what these people are praying to are actually demons, because demons actually want to siphon your energy. That's why, they give you that big sale in Christianity and Islam that you can be a murderer, you can be a rapist, but as long as you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, everything's forgiven. That's not how it works. They'll tell you in Islam you could be a murderer, rapist, but if you accept Allah as your Lord and Savior, everything's forgiven. Wrong. You know what? It's not Christ is king, it's karma is king. And if the prime creator does have a son, it's that bitch called karma. Because my belief of everything I've seen in my life is the prime creator doesn't interfere. He throws you on the deep end of the ocean and he sees what you do. Are you going to sink or swim? Did you, if you're a good looking woman, like a 5 life path in numerology, did you use your looks to manipulate guys to get money out of them? Were you all poor just so you could get money? Were you selling your shit on OnlyFans so fucking a bunch of beta males could jack off on you? Guess what? That's real bad karma. You failed your reincarnation. Are you an 8 life path man who will basically steal and murder to get money? Guess what? When you die, you will be judged by your karma. And guess who the judge is? The prime creator. So to me, karma is the prime creator's son, not Jesus. I don't believe those stories. I wrote the Quran, one of the greatest books in human history. I'll say that again. The Quran is one of the greatest books in human history. I'm not a Muslim. I never will be a Muslim. I'll never be a Christian. I'll never be a Freemason. I'm a Jew in name only. I don't go to temple. I couldn't tell you the last time I talked to my rabbi. Okay. Oh, actually, I do remember the last time I talked to my rabbi. It was it was 2000, I think around 18. and they had a nightclub shooting in Orlando. A gay nightclub got shot up, and I asked the rabbi, you know, how many kids do you think were spared from being molested because that happened? So that was the last time I talked to my rabbi. I think he found that a little bit, it is what it is. But the fact
Yeah.
is, I don't believe in Islam or Christianity. I believe in some of the tenets of Islam and Christianity. I believe in Sharia law. Sharia law is a beautiful thing. Women should cover up. Women should cover up, because think about it. What is the only power women have? They all of a sudden they have this right to vote, and they go out and they make their own money. What happens? They're selling this shit on OnlyFans. All the women with big followings on IG are literally fucking half naked. So to empower women, they always empower their sexuality, which basically turns people into simps. So we need women to cover up so men aren't simps and they can actually go out there and have families. Think about all the lost genetic codes, because not everyone in the world is like Andrew Tate. Not everyone in the world is like Dan Bilzerian. You're not going to have fucking 20 bitches around one guy. That doesn't work for everyone. As a matter of fact, did you know 40% of men don't even have babies?
Really?
But yet 83% of women do have babies. So I want you to do the math. Again, 83% of women do have babies,
Right.
and 60% of men have babies. That means women are fucking multiple men. And most men aren't getting any ass. Those are the OnlyFans subscribers. You understand?
Right.
And most of those guys will be like, yo, these guys are simps. The women are just fucking making a bag off it. It's all good. Let me tell you something. If you look at most of these goddamn men who are paying for OnlyFans, they were raised by single mothers. They had no fucking fathers around. You see how the cycle regenerates? Women have fucking babies with no men. These men grow up to be beta males because no fucking woman can teach a man how to be a man. Damn, I fucked that clip up. Anyways, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, what I'm basically trying to say, women have a role, men have a role. Women need to stay at home and take care of the household. And it's important that women are religious. It's not important that men are religious. You don't need men to be religious. You need women to be religious. Because when women are religious, they're less likely to be whores.
Right. There's some good questions here. First, I just want to say, chat, is Gary clear for you? Because you're still kind of pixelated. I want to know, the viewers at home, can you guys see Gary clearly? Let me know in the chat. Here's a good question too. Do you think that Nick Fuentes is a Fed?
Yes. He goes in people's streams and he completely destroys them. I can't listen. I'm not gonna. I know a lot of people. People know who I know. I'm not gonna go into names, but he fucked up a lot of people's bags.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you that right now. And if you're at that point where you might be able to have him on and it won't affect you that much.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're really big and you have him on, you're automatically canceled.
Yeah, that's true.
And I honestly believe that you might not remember how what's his name? Ben Shapiro made it big. He was on with Pierce Morgan and he literally obliterated him in a debate on guns.
Yeah.
And after that, he got very famous. I believe Pierce basically put him on. I think that was all a setup to make Ben big. It's just like WWE. You have the heel, you have the baby face, and the heel gets put over by the baby face. I sincerely believe that Ben was a Fed and he got put on. And I think the same thing happened with Fuentes, because Nick is a nobody and he gets fired from the Daily Wire, and all of a sudden he's a big name. So I think that was basically how they broke him in. I'm going to tell you something, bro. He's acting like a Fed. He was there on January 6th. He told people to go in. I know people who did a lot less than he did and went to prison. I had GG33 members at January 6th serve federal sentences.
Wow.
Over 5. Okay. He was there and my people did less than he did. And they're in prison for 2 months to a year, yet he serves no time. It's very interesting to me. It's
Yeah.
also interesting to me that if you were a Fed, you probably wouldn't want Donald Trump in office. And, he owes his career to Donald Trump. He started his podcast because of Donald Trump, and now he's against Donald Trump. No, I think the Fed's got something on him. I think his one of his parameters by his handlers was to get votes away from Donald Trump, and he's definitely a sellout. And once Trump gets in office, he'll take care of Nick Fuentes, no problem. And these groypers, if all they did was talk about Israel and Israelis and Zionists, they have a legitimate point. Israel and Zionism has caused a lot of destruction in this world. There's no doubt, from feminism, to communism, all sorts of garbage. But listen, Sneeko is a man of color, and he's a Muslim. He became a millionaire. Myron's a millionaire. Fresh is a millionaire. These people made it in spite of Zionism. There's still people who made it to become millionaires in spite of Zionism. So you can't blame all your problems on them. If you're broke, you can't get a hoe. That's not the Zionist fault, my dude. Yeah. Okay? Yes, they have a lot of fucking bullshit with the banking system. They have a lot of bullshit with the slave trade. A lot of shit happened because of Zionism. I ain't defending Zionism. But guess what? You could be non-Jewish and still get that bag.
Yeah.
So if you're blaming all your problems on Zionists like the groypers are, you're a bunch of fucking because at the end of the fucking day, you couldn't make it in a capitalistic society because you're a fucking loser. And you want to cope and blame your problems on someone else. What's this guy? Truther on Twitter.
Truth Teller, I think.
Yeah, Truth Teller. Yeah, that if you listen to him talk, bro, Zionist. The thing is, I knew this shit 15 years ago. This is not new to me. I knew the Zionists have been controlling shit for a long time. It seems like the world just found out this year. I've known this shit for fucking 20 years. Okay? I knew this shit before Ryan Dawson. But here's the point. You can still make it and have a family and build as a person despite Zionist control. And if you're coping on the fact that you're broke and you can't get a woman because of Zionism, nah, bro, you're just a fucking loser. Just plain and simple. Yeah. That's my problem with the gapers or groypers, whatever you want to call them.
Got you. What do you think also about Zerka calling you a Freemason? I saw that on Twitter.
Listen, Zerka's on drugs. I used to be Zerka's manager. That I mean, shit, dude. Listen, to be Zerka's manager is a real experience in life, and it prepared me to be anyone's manager in the world. Okay, I'll just put it like that. I mean, to work with Fresh and Fit now with Myron and Walter, it's a walk in the park, bro, compared to what I put up with fucking Zerka. Zerka's something else. Here's the difference between me and Zerka. I'm not going to embarrass him on a stream, which I could do right now so fucking easily. And we could clip this shit up because I'm not like that, okay? And I know Zerka's either on drugs or he's low on clout because he's usually attacking Sneeko. One day he's best friends with Sneeko. Next day he's fucking, attacking him. He's attacking Fresh. He's attacking this person. Zerka knows better than to attack me. That's why he deleted that fucking video. Okay? Zerka will attack me lightly. I think it's because I'm attacking his boy Nick. Quite frankly, I think he's going to his boy Nick's defense. And I think Zerka's mad because I didn't defend him good enough when he was fighting with Fresh. I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you want me to do? Fresh is, my client. I'm his manager. What do you want me to do? Talk shit about Fresh? I mean, here's the God's honest truth. Managing Fresh is a walk in the park compared to, doing stuff with Zerka.
Right.
Zerka. You know, I mean, let's be real. Who put that stream with Zerka and Sneeko together? Me. It was my fucking idea for those two to do that shit. I'm the one who pushed for that shit to happen. That's the honest truth. Okay, I'm the one who pushed for that shit to happen. I don't think I'm disclosing any real information, so there's no reason for Sneeko or anyone to be mad at me or anything like that. That was my idea. I'm like, you guys need to be together because you guys are really good together. And that's the thing about Zerka. He's good with other people. If you put him with other people, he's entertaining. He's good. You watch him on stream by himself, he sucks. Okay? He's not one of those guys who can hold a stream by himself like Myron can, Andrew Tate can. They can hold a stream by themselves. Zerka works best with other people. You put him around other people, Zerka's fucking gold. But if he has to do that shit himself, I'm turning the other channel. No one wants to watch his ass. He's fucking boring. Zerka, if you watch the NBA, Zerka's like a dude who like slam dunks it, but you need someone to alley-oop him all the time. He can't do it himself.
I mean, some of his streams in his room are like some of my favorite streams when it's just him like talking about esoteric knowledge and like psychology, and then he also talked about numerology and stuff too.
Yeah,
like honestly, I almost prefer those streams.
I wonder where he got that from.
I like those streams more though than like when he's with Jack Doherty. Like that's just like bad content. But I like his streams in his room. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's an entertaining guy, but I can assure you he didn't make a name for himself streaming by himself. I can assure you of that.
Do you think that you guys are going to be cool soon and like clear up the beef? Because I feel like you guys have done this before, haven't you?
Bro. Don't pay attention when Zerka beefs with me. Somehow, some way, it will be over in a little bit. Listen, I don't even take him seriously, bro. I honestly don't even take Zerka seriously. He attacks people he's cool with, which is mind-boggling to me. But you know, it's just like, you know, that crazy uncle you have. You know, whatever. He'll be cool one day. He'll get over it. I didn't do anything to Zerka. Okay. If anything, I always fucking defend his ass and stuff like that. I'm not on his Christian bullshit nor any other Muslim stuff. Okay. Like, you know, Zerka used to be a fucking Muslim and he converted to Christianity. And he's all mad at Sonny because he went the other fucking way. It's like, whatever. To attack a guy like Sonny Faz, you got to be out your fucking mind, man. Sonny Faz is like the nicest guy in the fucking world. Why would you ever attack Sonny Faz? And when you're attacking Sonny Faz, you're looking for content. You're literally looking for content. For Zerka to attack Sonny Faz like that, he's looking for content. For Nick Fuentes to attack Sonny, it's because he finally realized Sonny and Sneeko were tight. And that's why he started attacking him. Yeah. Okay. No other reason. Sonny's a really good guy. Honestly, I wouldn't be doing this stream if it wasn't for Sonny. Yeah, you already know that. So it is what it is. I consider Sonny one of the rising stars. And I'd rather Sonny turn to Islam than all this degenerate crap, even though I'm not a fucking, you know, it's like whatever about that stuff. Right. But being a Muslim is way better than being degenerate. Like, exactly. I don't even see what people are weighing here. I would rather deal with Muslims than deal with fucking degenerates, because it's like, would you rather deal with LGBT? Or I'd rather deal with Muslims? I'll take the Muslims. Now, is that my fucking Mecca? Is that my, you know, paradise? Hell no. But I know with a Muslim, you know, they're gonna do what they say. Never had a Muslim, you know, betray me. Yeah, never had a Muslim betray me. I'll say that. Then again, I haven't been, you know, to the Middle East that much. I will say this. I might make some people upset, but I don't give a fuck. Malcolm X was a racist before he went to Mecca and he saw white Muslims. Once he came back from Mecca and he saw that there are white Muslims, he wasn't racist anymore. And that's part of the reason why Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam had him killed, because they make money off racism. Plus, they're really? Oh, yeah, 100%. Malcolm X had bodyguards that weren't there the day he was killed because the police pulled him over and stopped him. So the police and the FBI made a deal with the Nation of Islam that we'll take care of the bodyguards. You just make sure you kill them. So that's one of the times that the police and the Nation of Islam actually work together. So it basically shows you that it's a Zionist front. I could tell you a few things about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and all this stuff because I've studied Islam. I know there's different sects. I would tell you this: if you're thinking about converting to Islam, understand this, that some people need to be afraid of something to do the right thing. Some people need to fear something to do the right thing. I don't need a 25-year, 100-year-old book to tell me not to steal and not to rape and not to cheat on my wife. Some people need that so they fear something so they don't fucking fuck up. If you're one of those people who you believe you need to fear something in order to do the right thing, then, you know, Islam's perfect. If you're one of those people who know the difference between right and wrong, and you don't need a cope and you don't need a crutch, like, oh, I'll be punished if I don't, then you can rise above Islam. So here's the thing. I think if society turned Islam right now, it would definitely be a plus because we live in such a degenerate society. But what you have to understand is, say this was the 1950s and that degeneracy wasn't going around and that porn wasn't going around and women weren't whores, they were mothers. Then Islam actually holds it back. Because once you have a society that's above degeneracy, Islam's like a glass ceiling. You can't get past it because it's always going to hold you down. But in a degenerate society that we live in now, oh yeah, Islam's definitely an improvement. So I speak my mind on Islam. Obviously, I think it's better than what we have now, but I don't encourage people to become Muslims unless they're 9 life paths. It is what it is. It's just a joke. But you know, Sonny's born in the year of the goat. Goats are very religious, so this is not a route that I'm surprised he went. Sneeko is the 8 life path. 8s love religion. They have throughout history, so it doesn't surprise me that, you know, Sneeko is on that. One thing I will say is, those two aren't grifting. A lot of people in that space are grifters, including a lot of the people that, you know, some of these celebrities and influencers work with. They're fucking grifters. Sneeko and Sonny actually believe in what they're saying. So, and I honestly believe that Zerka believes in what he's saying too, in the Christianity stuff. I don't think he's grifting, but I think that cocaine crusader shit has got him very popular.
Yeah, that was funny. Let's talk a little bit about numerology too. So I just recently found out I'm a 33-6.
What's your birthday?
Born October 14th, 2007. So doing the math.
Okay.
So do I have good numbers for like doing what I'm trying to do, trying to take over this podcast?
I mean, if you're 33, you're gonna be good at whatever the fuck you want to do. 33 is fucking dominant. Let's be honest, bro. Is there any other person my age who's made this much noise in social media who's not sponsored by the government or something like that? I literally blew the fuck up in like 18 months.
Yeah.
And there's no one else who pulled that off. Yeah, I'm really good at talking. Yeah, I'm knowledgeable. Yeah, I'm the best of what I do, but I'm a 33. I set my mind to it. I wanted to do it. You can too. The thing is, your enemy year is coming up, so you kind of lay low in your enemy year. Don't have too many beefs. Still do what you need to do in life, but don't make any huge moves in your enemy year. That usually backfires on people. You might get this huge opportunity, and it's basically a trap. So you know, stuff like that. I mean, listen. Enemy years are real as fuck, and friend years are real as fuck. I mean, let's take everyone's so-called hero, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is born in 1986, the year of the tiger. His kickboxing career ended in 2016. 2016 was the year of the monkey. The monkey and tiger enemy signs. He fucked up his eye. He couldn't do what he did anymore. That happened in 2016. That was his enemy year. Andrew Tate does not like Miami. Talks shit about Miami all the time. Miami's a monkey city. Andrew Tate does not like the United States of America. America is a monkey country. So you see where all of this is coming from. Now let's flip the script. When did that son of a bitch become famous? Because, you know, I was beefing with him before he actually got famous. I used to go back and forth with him in 2018, 2019 when I was more famous than him. So obviously that's not the case anymore. But when it came down to it, he blew up in 2022. 2022 is the year of the tiger.
Sneeko.
I didn't know who the fuck Sneeko was before 2022. He blew up in the year.
Yeah.
I think that's the first year he became a millionaire, which was 2002, a year of the Tiger. Tom Cruise had his Top Gun movie come out. It was the highest grossing movie of the year. He was paid the most that year of $100 million. That, again, Tiger in the Tiger year. We can keep going. Mr. Beast, all of these guys blew up in a Tiger year because they're Tigers. You see, this is supreme, not this recite the Bible or recite the Quran and read words from 2,500 fucking years ago. That's all nonsense, man. That's all fairy tales. I'm giving you the real sauce. And for someone to still look at that nonsense after getting the real information is absolutely mind-boggling to me. You know, it's like I'm already, teaching people how to run and they want to crawl. You know, like what the fuck are you doing, man? And I'm going to tell people this. By the time you're my age, I want you to listen to me because you will be fucking playing this clip in 30 years. By the time you're my age, there will be more numerologists and astrologers in the world than Christians and Muslims. I want to make that clear right now. So again, I'm talking about 30 years or something like that.
That's
but
a hot take.
It's going to happen. Okay. Right now, the two biggest cults in the world. Number one, Christianity at 2.3 billion. Number two, Islam at 2.1 billion. Now, Islam is steadily growing. It's going to surpass Christianity because white women don't have white babies anymore, and the Muslims just have like 4 or 5 per woman. So eventually, it's going to replace it, and Islam's going to be the number one religion in the world. But we're in the age of Aquarius, all right? And Aquarius ain't religious like Pisces. Religion has been on a steady decline until this year. One of the regions Islam is very popular with the youth right now is because of Andrew Tate. And quite frankly, I mean, to be quite frank, the Muslim elite are a lot better at promoting Islam than the Christian elite. You know, they should have seen this a long time ago. The influencers have real influence over the youth. And I'm not sure how much money Tate got paid from very, very rich Saudis to become Muslim. But
I don't think that's true.
I do. You have to understand. I knew Tate before all you guys. Okay.
Did you actually know Tate?
Tate's about his bag. Tate is about his bag. Tate used to message me. And if Tate says I'm a liar, I'll post proof. Tate used to message me in 2018 and be like, promote my pimping course. I'll split it with you 25K each. You know, this is the type of messages, you know, you get from Andrew Tate. He's a former pimp. Okay. I'll give you an example. Okay.
I like Tate.
I'll be real.
I like the guy.
You know what? You should like Tate because Tristan Tate puts you on, and you should be giving me push. I'm gonna be honest with you. You should be giving me pushback right now. Because those two people put you on, you should be giving me pushback.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be very honest. I agree with Andrew a lot more than I disagree with him. Okay,
right.
But I'm gonna say this: when you look at people, their past is important. And like, for instance, there's OnlyFans whores out there who've made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million. All of a sudden they quit OnlyFans and all of a sudden they found God. You've seen those fucking whores. Okay. There's women like that. The only reason they found God and morality is because they were rich enough to. If they didn't have that bag, they never would have quit. So again, you look at Tate and he's preaching all these good values now. Brother, how did you get that bag? You understand what I'm trying to say? He didn't get that bag in a legitimate way that's honorable.
He doesn't condone that, though. Like, he doesn't go around saying start a webcam studio. 100%. He even says, like, some of that was, like, sinful behavior, and he's changed a lot.
But it doesn't change because he's the person who made those choices. That karma's on him. And guess what? Allah's going to see you when it comes that time. Because you exploited beta males. And you exploited. I mean, how many?
Isn't that their fault if they're like paying for it? Like they're the beta males giving the money to like some chick. Like that's kind of on them, you know.
Okay, so you see someone on the street who's weaker than you. Does that give you permission to go in their pockets?
No.
Okay, there you go. It's honestly that simple. It's not. It's really not because sex is almost as bad as drugs. Some people have an addiction to pornography. I mean, why do you think the fucking Zionists make porn free? Because it fucks
They want your
everything
soul.
up.
They want your soul. Yeah.
They want. Listen, I personally understand what the Zionists are doing. They're making porn free. There's nothing else that's free except for fucking porn. Why? Because it's destructive to the family unit.
Yeah.
And again, I appreciate most of Andrew Tate's takes. I agree with almost everything he says about women. But brother, like, you know, there's certain people who came up clean and did it the right way. They have more grounds to stand on and more grounds to preach than anything else. Like, you know, again, I expect you to start defending your boy, but I think Tristan Tate's like the luckiest guy in the world. If it wasn't for Andrew, he'd still be eating out of KFC trash cans.
No, I
frankly,
think he like if you listen to his talks, like he seems very intelligent. I think he would have made
I
it.
didn't say he wasn't intelligent.
I'm not even just saying that.
I didn't say he wasn't intelligent. He is intelligent. Okay, I'm just telling you, me, I fucking had to work to get here. I had to fucking put in work. Tristan didn't have to do shit.
I mean,
he's my Andrew Tate.
A kickboxer though. Like he still hustled and grinded.
I didn't say he didn't, but that wasn't enough to make him famous. Now, was it? He's only famous because of Andrew Tate. That is the only reason he's famous. Okay, you could say he's a good-looking dude. Don't deny it. You could say he's rich. You could say he's charismatic. You could say he's a good athlete. I won't deny any of that. But there's millions, if not billions, of people who are just like him, and they never made it because he never had what it took to make it himself. Like, say, for instance, you make it. You made it because you fucking worked hard, unless someone puts you on. No one put me on, so maybe I'm a little different than everyone else. No one put me on, but guess what? Tristan had to get put on by someone else. And you want to know something interesting? You know, I have all the respect in the world for Emery Tate. That's Tristan and Andrew's dad. Won't say a bad word about him, so don't worry about that, man. From what I understand, he was a grandmaster chess player. Would have loved to play him in chess. And, you know, but he was born in the year of the dog.
Yep.
And he definitely favored Andrew over Tristan. Why? It's not in Islam. It's not in Christianity, but it is in astrology. Andrew's a tiger, and his dad was a dog. Tigers and dogs are in the same triad. But the reason your daddy was so mean to you when he was alive, Tristan, was because he was your enemy sign. That's why. So it's all there, guys. It's all there. By the way, do you agree that Tristan has kind of become more of his own man this year than any time before?
Well, I feel like now we're just hearing Tristan kind of like speak a little bit more, but I feel like he's always kind of been like his own guy.
But do you agree that it's happened this year and it didn't really happen before?
I mean, maybe I've paid more attention to it this year because I've been listening to Tristan.
Would you agree that most people would say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So maybe Tristan's a dragon and he finally stepped up in the dragon year.
He is. I did not know that he's a dragon.
See how that works? And by the way, Tristan, dragons are honorable people. So if he said he's going to help you out, he will, unless you give him a reason not to. I'm not questioning the man's honor. I'm just telling you, he never would have made it in that position if he didn't piggyback off his big brother.
But I mean, him and Andrew worked together. Like he said, there's
not denying it. Not denying it. But Andrew made it on his own. Tristan made it on his coattails.
I mean, they did the webcam business together, and if you're arguing that's what made them rich, then technically that's like a 50-50.
I didn't say that he didn't help him become rich. I didn't say there weren't loyal brothers. All I said is he didn't have what it took to become an influencer by himself, and he had to ride Andrew Tate's coattails. But, you know, they really have a good thing going here because, Tristan's never going to be a Muslim, and Andrew is a Muslim. So no matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim, you can pick one brother. So they got the marketing going great, man. This is real Kane stuff, real good stuff. So they're doing really good marketing. If I had a brother and we're both influencers, I would make sure I was Muslim and he was Christian so we could get both of them. That's great marketing, in all honesty.
Do you think that's really what they're doing, though, or do you think they like genuinely just have, like,
if you don't think they had that conversation before Andrew turned Muslim, you're very naive. These are very calculating individuals. See, by you saying that, you're basically trying to say that they don't think ahead. These are two very calculating people. Trust me when I tell you, they've done this. They've worked out everything. The worst move that Tristan and Andrew did was they both went back to Romania from Dubai. It should have only been one of them. So if one of them got arrested, the other one could have been the mouthpiece. That was the worst decision they made.
I mean, Tristan does say that like if Andrew goes to jail, he wants to be right there with him though. Like they want to be together.
That's macho bravado. That's nonsense. You can do more from the outside than you can do from the inside. If your brother's on the inside, you want to be on the outside. Stop. Listen. I met Jay Waller. I think Jay Waller is a good guy. I think he's I know he's a very well connected guy. But Jay Waller doesn't have Andrew Tate's mouthpiece. He doesn't have Tristan's mouthpiece. He doesn't have those qualities. He's a very intelligent man. Won't say anything bad about him. But he's not those guys. And he was the one guy who started stepping up in their group when both those guys got arrested. I understand that Sneeko did a little bit and, Myron did some, but he was the one guy who was trying to fill in the shoes as like a replacement for them. And he didn't have what it takes to be up to par. They needed someone better, and it would have been a lot smarter if, there's a reason the vice president never travels with the president on the plane. In case something happens, one of them's still there. So that was a bad mistake on their part. I think if they're honest with you, they'll admit that themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this whole thing, like your opinion on the Tates and mine, I feel like we just have to agree to disagree because, like, I feel like they've had a really good message for like kids my age. And also, Tristan Tate told me once I reach 100K on Rumble, he will do my podcast.
And again, I believe him. I don't think there's any reason for you not to take him at his word. From everything I mean, we have the same friends, for God's sake. But again, going back to Jay Waller, when Jay Waller couldn't, fill those shoes when both those guys were locked up, Suleiman had to. Suleiman basically came out of nowhere to start defending the Tates because no one else had that ability to do it.
I mean, there was others like Rory Sinnott, Will Pujols.
Stop.
There's a couple of them.
Lightweights who did not have the charisma, did not have. Suleiman's at half 600,000 on Twitter because he knew exactly when to step in and knew exactly what to do. That is a very intelligent individual. And if you want to discuss Islam with someone from a more philosophical area, that's who you should go to, because all these other guys are going to try to convert you and give you the dawah and stuff like that. He'll actually talk to you about numerology and Islam and stuff like that because he's a little bit more base when it comes to stuff like that. Right. And again, I get along with so many of Andrew and Tristan's things. The thing is, I have no actual issues with Tristan. Me and him went back and forth, but Andrew, me and him have a history from before he was actually famous. He knows he's a lot smarter. He knows not to attack me because he knows I'll go straight at him. So it is what it is. Good luck to them. I just, the same way you look at women's past, I look at men's past, and the way he got there wasn't very kosher. I also want to say I don't actually believe that he's a full-fledged Muslim because he was on Twitter saying, if you have a good idea, I'll fund it, but you have to pay me interest. What kind of Muslim says he wants interest for people? And, that's just, it's not Islam. It's haram to fucking charge people interest. So this is a guy who's pushing you to Islam, yet he's telling you he wants interest. Just complete nonsense. I mean, Sneeko said I live like a Muslim. Sneeko said that. So, I mean, he is right. My woman I'm married is a Muslim. She doesn't pray. Yeah, she doesn't pray. So if people think I'm anti-Muslim, I actually married a Muslim woman. But one of the reasons I did that is because, again, going back to the very beginning of the conversation, Muslims make sure their women aren't whores, and I married a virgin. And the chances of me finding a Christian or a Jewish virgin over the age of 18, you got a better chance of finding a needle in a haystack, brother, especially in the United States of America. I don't envy you guys, man. Guys your age in the United States of America, either they're whores or they're or they're all fucked up in the head, bro. Once a woman has over 10 bodies, trash, complete trash. She'll never be loyal to anybody.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I kind of want to talk too more about like the 33. Like, what is the best way that say like a 33 life path could like use that to the best of their abilities? Because I'm pretty sure that's the best number to have, right?
I mean, best number is relative. It's the best number for influence.
Yeah.
I mean, I've influenced many people to be in numerology. I'm not sure if you remember what it was like before me, but this was beta. This is all women shit. I literally converted millions upon millions of men into numerology and astrology before it was a woman's thing. So, again, when you talk about 33s, we can talk about the Wright brothers, first in flight. We can talk about Thomas Edison with electricity. They can say that he stole that shit from Tesla all they want. The fact of the matter is it wouldn't exist without Edison. We can talk about Dr. Joe Naismith starting the NBA. When it comes down to 33s, the main thing you have to understand about 33s, it's about influence. It's about influencing the public. And you have to decide how you want to influence them. I decided to influence them with conservative values mixed with numerology and astrology. That's what I decided was my niche, and that's what I was going at. You might decide it's a different area, but you definitely have to find something that you're passionate about and start influencing, because the worst thing you can do as a 33 is have no influence. That's how you fail.
Yeah.
You fail, you're in reincarnation. Other people have different missions. I'm not going to say one number is better than others. Some numbers are better than other numbers at certain things, and vice versa. But at the end of the day, there's no, best number for everything. You can say that 33 is the oldest soul and the most influential, but it's not the best looking. The 33 isn't the richest. So if those are qualities you're looking for, then 33 wouldn't be the best number for you.
Also, being born on the 14th too, like the 5 is. I've heard that a 14 is like a different 5 than like a 5 or a 23. Like a 14.
Yeah, they tend to be more conservative. They tend to be more conservative. You're a pretty young kid. Most kids your age are probably liberals.
Yeah.
So one of the things is the 4 is going to make you more conservative. Donald Trump's the 4 life path. Zerka's born on the 23rd, so 2 of the 3 is 5, just like you were 14, and 5s are really good at entertaining. So entertainer starts with E is the 5th letter. So when it comes down to it, the numerology explains a lot more than Christianity and Islam ever will. So while I tell people to take tenets from both, at the end of the day, again, God's language, the prime creator's language, is numbers, mathematics, and that's going to be numerology. So if you really want to show respect to the prime creator, then you're going to learn his language.
Right. I feel like that does kind of make sense. Like lately I've been kind of like blowing up on the internet, and then that's like at around the same time I found out that I have like 33 in me. So I'm like, wow, that like is probably correlated.
No, 100% is correlated. 100%.
I'm not sure if you actually do want to do like readings on other people. It's completely up to you. But this guy just sent me $10. He said, Gary, can you please look at October 18th, 1991?
Yeah, for $10 you can go to Zerka's ass to get a reading. I'm not doing any readings for such a small bill. I'll tell you what, I charge people on my stream 35. So if someone sends you 35, you can keep all of it. I don't need it, but that's the going rate. I'm not going to whore myself out for a little rate, but since he was the first guy and he didn't know about it, he's a 3 life path, and 3 is the jack of all trades. So he has to do everything. You have to be a multitasker, my friend. That's the advice I'm going to give you. And don't be a simp either.
So you guys heard that there. $35 super chat for a reading from Gary.
I don't want the money. It's his. I'm just saying, I'm not going to whore myself out for a cheap ass rate. Again, Zerka does these things for $10. You can go to him.
Yeah.
You see how I promote the guy? He talks shit about me, and I promote the guy, try to make him a couple of dollars. It's fucking nuts. Because I always show love to people I manage.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What are you still managing Sneeko too, or no?
No. Sneeko's deal was contingent on me getting a deal with Rumble. That didn't happen, so it is what it is. I mean, I'm good with Sneeko. Listen, the only thing I had an issue with Sneeko with recently, is his non-support for Trump, and that changed, and he's supporting Trump. I mean, I literally, whenever I saw him at Fresh and Fit Studios, whenever I saw him, wherever I talked to him, send him texts, I'm like, bro, stop the nonsense. And I knew he would do the right thing at the end because Trump is less of a Zionist than Kamala Harris. And because that's the only option. You understand? You can't change the game. You only have two choices here. You always pick the lesser evil. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're going to say, oh, I hate wars. There are no wars started under Donald Trump. Okay? There are no wars. There is peace in the Middle East under Donald Trump. And once Donald Trump gets back in office, he's going to call Netanyahu and he's going to tell him, listen, you got to end this war by this date or you're going to have problems. See, people think Netanyahu's going to tell Trump what to do. You're out your fucking mind. Trump needs these people to get elected. Okay? Just like last year, I needed to do podcasts with OnlyFans whores to make a name for myself. Does that mean I'm an OnlyFans manager? Does that mean I actually support what they do? No, I dogged them the whole fucking way. But it is something I needed to do to make a name for myself. Guess what? It fucking worked. Same thing for Trump. He needs to deal with fucking Zionists to get elected. Once he's elected, it's going to be more like there.
Yeah. I feel like America can't handle 4 years of Kamala. Like I feel like it fall apart.
America will not be a superpower if Kamala Harris becomes president. I think the American dollar will default if Kamala becomes president. And to all the guys who are listening, I don't need you to go on Twitter and say Trump, Trump, Trump. I know we have your vote. I need you to talk to your mothers. I need you to talk to your sisters. I need you to talk to the women in your life and explain to them, you know what? You might not like Donald Trump. I'm not particularly fond of the man myself. I've never been divorced. I'm married to one woman. This guy has been fucking married 3 times. He's fucking cheating on his wife with a fucking whore. And his wife looks way better. Like, make it make sense, my dude. Make it fucking make sense. But guess what? He's not trying to take my guns. He's not trying to increase my taxes. He's not trying to fucking shove trannies down my fucking throat. He is the lesser evil, and he gets my whole support because that's how the system works. You're not powerful enough that you're going to fucking change the whole fucking system yourself. Okay? That's not how it works. So you have to play the game within the game. You can't say, oh, I'm going to be a basketball player, but I don't like this rule and I don't like this rule. I'm just going to change it. Sorry, bro. That's not how the game works.
Yeah.
You're not starting a fucking revolution. Don't give me this shit like, oh, we're going to overthrow the government. Shut the fuck up. You're not. Who is calling me twice in a row? All right. Hold on. What's up, baby? You're live on stream right now, so don't say anything ridiculous.
Who is this?
It's my wife. What's up, baby? Okay. You okay?
Are you on Kick?
What are we on right now?
We're on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch.
YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitch. Okay. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon, baby. Good night. Love you.
We just gotta
handle the wife. You notice how that took less than a minute?
Yep.
That's how you deal with it. You're less than a minute. Okay,
exactly.
someone gave you 35. Let's go.
You got a 35.
5 life path, born in the year of the tiger. So here's basically what it comes down to. As a tiger, you want to live your life like Tate. Tate's a tiger. Tigers like having multiple women. All that shit's fun for him. But at the end of the day, most 5s, if they fuck up in life, it's going to be because of women. So I'd be very careful with who you impregnate in life. Other than that, you'll be fine, bro. Just watch out for these broads. You're very health conscious. You're gonna always look young for your age. You can't simp for very good looking broads. So again, if you have any issues in life, it's going to be because of women. I am imploring you, my man. Trust me when I tell you this. Be very, very. Just because you can sleep with every bitch, doesn't mean you should. And Tiger 5s, bro, they got the pick of the litter. You talk about, people who women want to sleep with all day. It would probably be a Tiger 5. Those are, Tiger 5s are the best looking, and Tigers are the athletic, muscular ones, and it comes to them easy. It comes like this is the thing about Tate. Okay, I want to make this clear. Tate I don't believe Tate raped anybody. Does that nigga look like he needs to rape people?
No.
Come on. Let's see. This is the difference between men and women, okay? I'm a man. I don't like Tate. That doesn't mean I'm going to lie. He did not rape anybody, okay? Enough cap. Men that like him, who have money like him, do not rape women.
Right.
Under any circumstance. This is garbage, okay? Now, that's the difference between women. If a woman doesn't like you, she hates the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, every fucking thing about you. A man can dislike someone and still respect them. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. That's why you can never have a woman in a position of power. She's not able to make that distinction. It doesn't compute.
Based. I also have a question too. Is 30 like different from a 3? Like, say you're born on the 30th, because I know people born on the 30th that like aren't very like big speakers or like communicators, but they're still born.
It might take them a little bit more time to develop, but they'll get there.
Yeah. Why is that? Like, is it like actually different?
It is, but when you get to stuff like that, that's the stuff I make people sign non-disclosures for. So good questions, though. Good questions.
I hope I don't leak anything too.
You're not leaking anything, bro. You don't know anything to leak. You know that. Zerka on the other hand, you gotta watch what you fucking tell Zerka.
Yeah, I know.
Gotta watch what you tell Zerka. That's for sure, man. It is what it is. Sneeko says he doesn't believe in numerology yet. When Aiden asked him how much you want for a kid contract, he said $8 million. Sneeko born on the 8th.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. So again, that's not even a shot to Matt. He'll tell you numerology, astrology is demonic and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It is what it is. Sneeko is a great guy though. Overall, I literally hang out or have relationships. I don't even hang out. Just have relationships with a few people in Miami. The people I manage, Sneeko, a few others, Zerka when he was here. And the reason that is because every other influencer in the city is a fucking. And I won't deal with. I deal with Sonny Faz. I mean, I've told Sonny this many times too. I can't deal with these people. I'm not gonna. When I was on a stream with Aiden, what did I call him out on right away? The tree he did in the past. I called him out on that right away because I will not work with fucking. When I was Zerka's manager, we went to Jack Doherty's house. And Jack is, always doing shit with the Island Boys. When I was there, I told Jack Doherty this. If there's any of that tree going on, me and Zerka are leaving. Yeah. And to his credit, there was none going on when Zerka was there. Yeah. I won't deal with that shit because my morality is not fucking for sale. Right. Period. And guess what? When I was broke, it still wasn't for sale. See, that's the key, brother. That's the key. Did you have morals when you were fucking broke? It's easy for a rich man to have morals and talk down to people. Oh, don't steal, don't do this. But guess what? When your baby's hungry and you got to feed your kids, you're going to do something. And if it's illegal, it doesn't matter. See, that's the whole point. Did you have morality when you were poor? I don't want to listen to guys who look like Zerka or Tate about how to get women. What the fuck are you trying to teach me how to get women, Zerka or Tate? You look good. I want to see the ugly motherfucker who gets women. That's who I want to learn from. You understand? Never listen to a rich man who talks about getting women. He's got money. You listen to the poor man who fucking gets women because that's real game. Yeah. And by the way, I got married to a dime piece when I was broke. We ain't the same.
Yeah. Why is everybody saying rip YouTube channel in here? Did you actually say anything that's like bad for YouTube? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think. Yeah. Maybe. I'm not gonna repeat it, but maybe saying the F word about like everybody in Miami, which I'm not even saying that you're wrong, but YouTube just kind of tweaks out about that. You know how it is.
Yeah, you might want to just deal with me on Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a better idea, bro.
God willing, we stay afloat. I'm thinking when I get a little bit older too, I want to go to Miami because I feel like that's kind of like where everybody is. Like I feel like Miami's kind of like where
Florida's a snake state. You're a pig. Enemy signs. So if you go to Florida, stay either in Aventura, which is founded 2007 or 1995 or Fort Lauderdale. So if you're born in 2007 or 2019 or 1995, all pig years, the best place for you to live in Florida is Fort Lauderdale or Aventura.
Got you.
Those are
And like
suburbs of Miami.
what would be like the worst thing that would happen if I went there, like, and it's like my enemy place? Like, what if I went into my enemy city in my enemy year? Would I just get like absolutely cooked?
Well, I'll give you an example. I was in my enemy state, Ohio, and I was still a local celebrity. People knew who the fuck I was, but no one knew who I was outside of Cleveland, Ohio. It was literally the mayor, LeBron James, a couple football players in the Browns, and me. Yeah, that was the king of Cleveland radio. Like when I was a little older than you, I was dominating Cleveland radio. And that was hard because now almost anyone can be an influencer, but to get on the radio and to get a gig on the radio, that was difficult back then. I pulled that off. That's why this influencer shit is so easy, because I got the mouthpiece from doing the radio and where you actually had pushback and stuff like that. But I was never a national star, and no one knew who the fuck I was outside of Cleveland. So being in my enemy state held me down. When I moved to Florida, my good state, based off energy, that's when you found out who the fuck I was, and that's when I fucking blew up.
Right. And we have mentioned a couple times like that's good for you and not good for me. That's because you and me are enemy signs. Do you feel like, can you feel like the enemy tension between us? Because I don't feel like any like enemy energy between us.
No, listen, it's not like I don't deal with pigs, but I'll give you an example. Before I was married, I remember this one broad came into my buddy owned a Charlie Subs at the time, and my one buddy, I just went back there and just fixed my own sandwiches. This one bitch walked in, fucking, oh my God, gorgeous, just absolutely dime piece. And she basically said she was in town for a few days, and she gave me her number. And it was back in the days where cell phones weren't really prevalent. And I remember I asked her what her birthday was before she left, and she was born in the year of the pig. And as soon as she left, I took her number, I fucking ripped it up and threw in the goddamn trash can. She was so fine. All my friends were calling me a fucking, gay for quite a while, but I knew that just like Charlie Sheen, born in the snake year, married Denise Richards, and Denise Richards was a fine piece of woman when she was younger. That was all lust. Yeah. You're always gonna lust over your enemy sign, and lust is a sin.
Yeah.
So again, yeah.
Zerka even said that, like, go after women who are your enemy sign because it's like it's easier to get them because they're
of course it is. But I mean, you really want to have baby mamas and baby daddies and shit like that, because that's all that shit's gonna end up to. I mean, think of Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen had a lot of women, and he actually married Denise Richards. Then he had a kid with her. They got divorced, enemy signs, and now the kid who's like 18, 19 is doing OnlyFans, bringing shame to Charlie Sheen's family. Yeah. Not saying that's, that difficult with that motherfucker, but it's just not a good idea. It could bring health problems, it could fuck up your life. And if Zerka wants to go out there and find dragons, good luck to him. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea for Zerka's family members to be getting married in their enemy year, but they'll find that lesson out later in life.
Yeah. So far, all of the snakes I've met, like, I've really, really liked. Like, even Charlie Sheen, like, I think he's a really good actor. Like, I really enjoy his thing. Like,
Charlie Sheen's a 33.
I don't like.
Charlie Sheen's a 33. He's born 9/3/1965. That's why it's such a disappointment. He could have been so much, and he ended up just opening his mouth and being on his knees. Big disappointment.
Here's a 35 from Marcus right here.
All right, so we have another 5 life path born on 11. So the key with people born on 11th is you're old soul. You might be a young dude, but you're definitely an old soul. And what that basically means is, as an 11 life path, you have to learn how to control your emotions. That's the key, because There's a lot of 11s who are leaders in the world. Barack Obama, no matter what you think of his politics, Ronald Reagan, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these are all 11s. 11s are great athletes, great public speakers, great charisma, but that's when they have their shit together. A lot of 11s don't have their shit together. They become very emotional, and then they become detriment to society. Columbine was committed by an 11. Sandy Hook was committed by an 11.
Jeez.
So yeah, here's that's it. It is what it is. There was a Kansas City Chiefs football player who killed his girlfriend and then committed suicide in front of his coach. I didn't need his birthday to know he was an 11 life path. So at the end of the day, you want the real answers. It's not in the Quran. It's not in the Bible. It's in numerology and history. That's where the real answers lie. And if you want, and remember, if you ever go with the crowd, it's probably not a good idea. And the crowd is trying to push you either to Christianity or Islam. I'm trying to push you to common sense. I'm trying to push you to logic. I'm trying to push you to what is God's actual language, which is in numbers.
Right.
You know, that's how computers talk. They talk in binary. And that's honestly how humans should talk, at least on a level where if you want to get closer to the prime creator, that's what you have to understand. It's numerology that brought me closer to understand there actually is a prime creator.
Yeah.
Before then I was like, whatever with all this shit. But once I started understanding how numerology and astrology works, I'm like, okay, there definitely is a grand architect, because this is too advanced for a human being to create this stuff. I'm a genius that, decoded it, but to actually create this system, whoa, that's a genius that no human has a mind for. Absolutely none. So once you understand that, you understand this grand architect. And, another distinction between Christianity and Islam is I've never seen a Muslim tell me that he talks to God. I've never seen a Muslim that says God talks to him. They all say they have a relationship, but they never say, I'm God's chosen one. I've never seen a Muslim to say, I'm God's chosen one. Brother, I've seen about 100 Christians this year telling me they have a direct relationship to God and they're God's chosen one. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Here's the thing. If you're God's chosen one, you're not going to be broke. You're not going to be unable to get women. You're not going to be living in your fucking car. Okay? I'm just telling you, if God seriously loves you, he's going to give you something. And, I'm just being real. So a lot of these people who are very poor, it's a cope. They failed at, having a family. They failed at being a good capitalist. They failed at being a fucking man. So at least they have that relationship with God they can cope with, because no one can honestly challenge that. You understand? It's a mental illness that some of these fucking people will fucking think, no matter what I do, God loves you. No, fuck you. Put in the fucking work. God does not love you. He wants you to fucking put in work. And most of these people think if they just they're going to be given money, they're going to be, have a family and a woman. Get the fuck out of here, man. You actually have to work on yourself and put in work. It's like numerology. If someone's a 28, yeah, they'll probably have more money than most people, even if they are lazy. But if they want to reach the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, they're going to have to put in mad work. You have to work in this goddamn world, man. And that's what, the kids of your generation don't get. You have to put in actual work. And by the time you're my age, brother, it's going to be real, because right now you have opportunity to become rich quickly. That's not going to exist next decade. This is the decade, because what people don't understand is 100 years ago, we had a roaring 20s. In the 1921, 22, 23, 1924, all the way to 1929 when everything collapsed. It was the roaring 20s. People were making money so quickly. And now we have kids who are literal millionaires. I gave readings to 2 kids today who are 20, 21 years old. They're crypto fucking millionaires. That wasn't possible when I was that age. It is now, but that's only possible for a short. And when that loophole closes, it's either going to be rich or poor, not too much middle class, because the robots are replacing the poor people. First, as an American, you have to understand that they want to replace you with immigrants because they have to pay the immigrants a lot less than they have to pay you. Second, they're going to replace the immigrants with the robots. That's going to be real fun. That's why, you know, Elon Musk is a fucking piece of shit. He is literally going to kill off millions of fucking jobs. And when he does that, he's going to force the world into socialism, because if people don't have jobs, they're still going to need food. And if you don't want them to riot, you're going to have to give them something. So that's how socialism starts.
Yeah.
It's a very, very slick plan they have.
I see. I was about to ask you another question, but I see we have super chats coming in. There's something I really want to ask you about. We should probably get into these first. This one's only for $20. I don't know if you still want to.
Oh no, he already paid. This is the same guy who paid $9.99, and then he sent an extra. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, but you know what, dude? You're still $5 short. Maybe you can't fucking do math, motherfucker. $19.99 and $9.99 is not $35. So you're trying to shortchange my dude over here. You better send that extra $5.02, and then we can have a fucking conversation. Until then, brother, I ain't a fucking cheap whore. Sorry.
Oh my god, you're making me bread this stream, Gary. I appreciate you. Here's a 35 right here. Hey Gary, big supporter. Can you read? And then
no doubt. So we have people born on the 25th are intellectuals. So when it comes down to you, your drug of choice is knowledge. You want to know as much as fucking possible. That is what basically people with 7 energy is all about. You know, 7s have something I call intellectual integrity. Like you don't believe in numerology and astrology, but if you're given proof something works, you're turn on a fucking dime. That's what I call intellectual integrity, and 7s have them. So again, one of the key notes about 7s, they hate stupid people. Oh my God. So like, for instance, it's going to be difficult for you to hold conversations with people because most of the people around you are going to be lower IQ. And that's true of all people who have 7 energy. It's difficult for them to talk because most of these people are fucking dumb as fuck. And by the way, if you're a woman, if you're born on the 7th, 16th, 25th, guess what? You're smart too. I always told people, one of the things that got me into numerology is I don't respect women's intelligence. I just don't. And, you know, it is what it is with your mother. She gets disappointed. Sorry, hon. But at the end of the day, you know, one of the things that got me in numerology is I started noticing the women born in the 7th, 16th, 25th are really smart. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So, you know, then I started understanding that numerology supersedes gender and race. Yeah, brother. For all the KKK racists out there, the brothers born on the 7th, 16th, 25th gonna run circles around you. I don't give a fuck how that makes you feel because it's true. See, I'm what they call a true terrorist, and so is my boy over here, Donald Trump. And no matter what you do, I don't give a fuck if you believe in numerology after this, if you believe in more red pill shit after this. I don't care. Vote for him. That's all I fucking care about. I don't need your money. I don't need your support. Vote for fucking Donald Trump. If you can do it 3-4 times, go fucking ahead. I don't give a fuck. Democrats cheat. So can fucking we. See, that's the difference between me and all these other conservatives. Oh, we're conservatives, and I will fight to death for your right to say whatever you want. Fuck that. I'll suspend your ass too. Okay, I'm not going to make any grievances about this. Once I get in a position where I can do it, Nick Fuentes is gone. Once I get in a position to do it, they're all gone. Okay? Because I don't believe cancers have a right to have free speech. You want to talk shit about Israel? Go ahead. You want to talk shit about Zionists and Israelis? Go ahead. But once you start saying Jew, 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 and you start fucking getting people, and your only mission in life is to get people to hate Jews, guess what? Now you become part of the problem because the Zionists always want a scapegoat. A scapegoat is always part of the problem. And if you're blaming Jews for everything, then you're doing exactly what the fucking Zionists want. So fuck you. Imagine being a fucking man and voting for Kamala. I'm sorry. I am fucking sorry. You're not a man. You're a bitch.
Based. I have a question too. Can you like inherit like your parents' energy? Like my dad is an 11. Would I like get some of that since like I have his DNA?
You ask good questions, bro. You ask really questions. Without going into detail, which I won't. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Got you, brother.
Genetics matter. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just numerology and astrology. It's genetics. It's environment. It's everything together. You know, people over here start talking about Gary's an atheist. Do I sound like a fucking atheist to you?
No.
No, because I'm talking about the prime creator all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not an atheist, okay? That's stupid to be a fucking atheist. I also think it's as stupid as hell to get on your fours 5 times a day and pray to Allah. I also think it's stupid to go to fucking church on Sunday and pray to Jesus Christ. Listen, I don't believe in fairy tales. I don't believe in the tooth fairy. I don't believe Santa Claus fat ass goes down the fucking chimney to give me fucking toys. I don't believe any of that shit, okay? I don't believe any of it. So how are you going to convince me that a virgin had Jesus Christ? You out your fucking mind? A virgin had Jesus Christ? Brother, does it make sense that a virgin can have a kid?
No, I feel like that's kind of the whole thing, though, is like God planted the baby inside of Mary.
Good stories, brother. Good stories like Dungeons and Dragons. None of that shit's real, bro. A whore could not get fucking pregnant without some dick. Okay, don't. I mean, artificial insemination, all this other stuff. But let's be real, guys. This is nonsense. Okay, someone did a shoot chat $4.99, but it had a ha ha ha. I guess you're waiting for Zerka. Oh wow, he came back with another one. Okay, brother, I'll do the reading now. I'll do the reading since you got my boy over here a bag. And by the way, 50 Americans, a lot in Canada. So it is what it is. But let's go down to you. Okay, you're a 3 life path. So basically, your thing in life is about networking. You basically have to be the guy who knows everybody. That's your deal in life. Quite frankly, you should be very charismatic. You should be a good-looking dude or a woman. I don't know what the fuck you are, so I'm assuming you're a guy listening to him. But here's the thing. You have charisma, but you have to watch for your emotions. All of that matters. As a person, I think you're always going to look young. As a person, I believe that everyone's going to consider you their friend. You can consider people acquaintances. That's how it's always going to work in your life. You're very adaptive, but you have an addictive personality. 2027, lights out. Kick their ass, brother. That's going to be your year. That is what it is.
Got you. I heard also somewhere like people born on the 14th are also like really crazy at networking. And I mean, if you look at me, I've done a podcast with Sneeko, Sonny, like all these people. So I don't know.
I already said, bro, I'm not here unless Sonny fucking tells me, yo, go on this kid's podcast. I mean, you tried to get me on before without Sonny. I don't know who the fuck you are. I know. I usually tell people no. But I mean, hell, if you went through all my boys, then why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I mean, honestly, it's a testament to your networking ability to actually get me on here. Because I mean, you try to get me on by yourself, it wouldn't work.
Right.
So and that shows you what networking does. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I know all this numerology. You think I'm the only numerologist in the world? No, I'm the only one with a mouthpiece. It's how you talk. Can you be articulate? Can you be funny? And you got to be funny sometimes. That's why I talk the way I do.
Right. And you're a 33, so makes sense.
Trump. See, I even got lights up.
Yes, sir. Let's see. What is the worst day to be born on? This is BS.
19th. A lot of people born on 19th have
they get sick, right?
Yeah, a lot of people born on 19th. That's why it was called 19. They're smart.
Right.
That's why the worst amendment in the U.S. history is the 19th Amendment. Women's right to vote. It's all there.
Yeah, the 19th Amendment. Yeah.
And I keep telling people the 19th Amendment did a lot more damage than ever did.
Brother. Also, I'm curious about 22s as well, like Master Builder. I've also heard that they could be like Master Destroyers.
Look at Fousey's dumbass.
Yeah.
Fousey was the biggest guy on YouTube, and now the guy just crashes out every fucking stream.
Yeah.
So, 22 is a Master Builder, Master Destroyer. Yeah. So, I mean, Fousey's the perfect fucking example of this, man. He was on top of the world, Then he started doing drugs. And by the way, listen. This is the difference between Sneeko and Sonny and a guy like Fuzi. They all claim to be Muslims, but if I talk shit about the LGBT to Sneeko, he's not going to get mad. If I talk to this shit about the LGBT to Sonny, he's not going to get mad. Say something negative about the LGBT to the so-called Muslim Fuzi, he'll spaz out on you. This is not a real fucking Muslim. If you're on your knees with your mouth open, you're not a real Muslim. And I'm not even Muslim, and Fuzi fucking is offensive to me. Fuzi needs to get fucking smacked. He needs someone to smack his ass, to put some fucking common sense, because this is nonsense. How are you promoting Islam and you're over there, with your mouth open? It's just disgusting behavior, and this guy needs to be fucking off social media for his own fucking good.
Yeah. Do you think he's on drugs too? Like, I've seen he's like losing
Do I think? Is that a fucking joke or something? Fuzi's definitely on fucking drugs. He's probably popping pills, most likely, because people who spaz out like that, he's probably too.
Thoroughly, probably.
What you're gonna notice about people like Zerka. Zerka fucking is bipolar with people. Sometimes he's cool, sometimes he's not. That's what you're gonna expect out of people. It is what it is.
But nowadays, like, basically everybody's vaccinated. Like,
I ain't vaccinated. My group ain't vaccinated.
No, sir.
The best thing about my family is when my dad passed, I became the head of the family. Yeah. And when I told my mom, you're not getting vaccinated, that was the end of the conversation. I didn't have to tell my woman not to get vaccinated. She already knew not to trust the government. My kids, I had Mark Cuban emailing me in 2022 telling me I'm a bad father because I didn't get my kids vaccinated.
Wow,
really? Yeah, 100%.
Mark Cuban.
Hey, Mark, you find it funny that Camilla's campaign told you to shut the fuck up and stop talking? I'm trying to get Cuban to debate Andrew Tate. I'm trying to get Cuban to debate Myron. He won't do it. He won't do it. He will not do it. What did you watch your Mark Cuban Andrew Tate debate?
Oh, for sure. No,
everyone will watch that. Mark, stop being a fucking dumbass. Go do a debate. Let me set it up. I'll fucking set it up. I know you won't go on with me because I'll fucking destroy you. We already know that. You want no piece of me. Go on with Andrew. You get some fucking clout. He's one of the biggest guys on Twitter. And you can fucking debate Trump and Kamala Harris. But he doesn't have the balls to do it because in actuality, he's a coward. And one thing Mark, and again, Mark's done me some favors in life. I've done him some favors in life. I don't think he's a bad guy. As a matter of fact, I think he'd be a better owner of Twitter than actually Elon Musk, in my opinion. But, and I would actually support his attempt to actually buy Twitter.
Really?
100%. But at the end of the day, his politics are so fucking off. But what do you expect? He's with his boosters. So it is what it is.
Gary, this is somebody here born on the 28th, but they only sent $2. How can you explain that?
People born on the 28th are cheap. How do you think they get rich? Yeah, not even Zerka would do that for $1.99. So you're out of luck, bro.
Not even Zerka.
Nah.
And I will say, like, I know we've been talking crap about Zerka. I like the guy. Like, he was really nice to me in our interview. So
yeah,
he's a funny guy too.
But he's probably one of the funniest guys on earth. But when you did that podcast with Sonny, he started commenting all over that podcast, just going after Sonny. So I'm not just going to let someone go after my boy like that. So Sneeko, I mean, listen, I told Zerka many times, I'm not Sneeko. You come after me, I'm going to come after you. And, I think I've still been kind of nice to him, trying to send him some business and shit. Dating IQ.
We got another 35 here. Says, sup, guys? Great stream. Gary, please give me a reading. New fan here. You have
again, same thing as last time. We have a 5 life path tiger. 5 life path tiger. Same as last time.
So fast.
So, bro, this is what I do. So when it comes down to it, it's the same advice. Watch out for these fucking hoes. Now, the difference with you is you get bored so quickly in life. And only you're going to understand this. You have to have a wide variety of interests. Because if you have only one, you're gonna fail. You have to be like a juggler. You have to have 2, 3 things, not like him over here who wants to be a podcaster and that's what he's going to focus on and that's what he's going to be great at. You have to do a wide variety team. 2, 3 things that you're really good at. You got to be a jack of all trades. Yeah, I know who Billy Carson is. I'll probably do a stream with him next year.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for that, Dono.
Also, I'm making you money.
Yeah, you are, dude.
By the way, has anyone made you money on this stream before with you?
Yeah, I made some money with Zerka. Some other people too.
How much money you make with Zerka? Be honest. $5 donations?
Like 100 some.
All right, we're way past that already.
Yeah. This is all US too.
Zerka's always going to be a second. Again, Zerka's always going to be in second place, man. But it is what it is. Listen, all jokes aside, love Zerka, just teasing his ass. But you know, he wants to throw a couple punches at me. I'll do the same thing with him. You don't see me doing this to Sonny. You don't see me doing this to Sneeko. You don't see me doing this to anyone. You know, I'll throw a couple jabs at Tate, obviously, but it is what it is. And remember, when you have a hostile guest to people that put you on, your job is to defend them. Yeah. And that's what you've done. So, you know, testament to you as a talk show host.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Is there any like characteristics about the pig that I should know about being a pig?
They work hard and they play hard, brother.
Yeah.
I know you play hard. We won't go into details unless you want me to.
Play hard? What does that mean?
You party, brother. You party.
No, well, that's what I was doing last night. So
you party, brother. I know you party. Pigs go hard. Pigs are really fun to hang out with, bro. They're usually the life of the party and stuff like that. They know how to be, you know, a good time for a pig is to be around good friends, around a dinner table, you know, just bullshitting and talking. You guys enjoy nothing better.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, I don't really drink that much though. Like I barely drank.
It's haram. That's good.
Yeah.
It's haram as fuck.
Stay away from alcohol.
And again, you won't see me you know, basically trying to convert you to Islam, but you will see me say stuff like haram, and you'll say that because I believe in a lot of stuff they do. I just will never get down on my all fours and pray. I think that's nonsense.
Fair enough. I saw that you did a podcast with Money Man. I love that guy. I love his music. How did you kind of come to meeting him? That was really cool to see.
Networking, brother, same way you got to me.
Yeah.
And two is a testament. I talked to him one day, and the next day he flew down here.
Wow.
You know, shout out Turtle. He's the one who made that happen. So if he sees that, he'll know.
Yeah. No, I'd love to speak to him. I just like love his music. The reason I like his music is it actually talks about like getting money. Like it talks about having motion.
He's an 8 life path. Of course it talks about making money.
Yeah, I mean his name's Money Man.
Yeah. I mean he started selling his shit on the 28th. He gave me credit, unlike a lot of other rappers who use my shit. If I told you the rappers I'm connected to and the rappers I know, it's like you'd be seriously shocked. But you know, when you deal with rappers and you deal with people in the industry, there's something called niggonomics. And no, I'm being dead serious with you. And you know, they don't do business the way you're supposed to do business, man. Like they want to put nothing in and take everything out. That's niggonomics, okay? They want to put absolutely nothing in and take everything out. So you got to be very, very careful when you deal with these people. I mean, Myron said it best. A lot of these rappers are a fucking joke. But you know, it is what it is. So when you deal with hood ass motherfuckers who came up and started getting a bag, their mindset is not how can I make money with you long term. Their mindset is how can I get that bag off you today? They'd rather make $100 off you in or you know, they'd rather make $10,000 off you one time and fuck up the relationship rather than make $1,000 a week consistently for a whole year. They don't think like that. They think, how can I hit a lick? So that's the problem with these fucking rappers. And God knows I've fucking dealt with their ass. It's an issue. Quite frankly, I'm going to retire off this stuff in 2026. You're going to see me to take this numerology and astrology stuff to new heights in 2025. I promised Andrew Tate I'll oversee them, so I'm going to do it. And then I'll fucking retire in the sunset. Because, you know, watching Andrew Tate's fall from relevance showed you that no one can be king forever, especially in this game. And it's better to be a king maker than to be a king. And I'll give you an example. I would rather step aside when I'm the very, very top guy and pick who replaces me than wait until someone actually supersedes me themselves.
Right.
That's the right way to do it. And to see how far Andrew, and then again, he still has a lot of clout, but compared to 2022, he has maybe 15, 20% of the clout. He was all over TikTok. He was wall over IG. You couldn't get away from the guy in 2022. That's he hired 35,000 clippers, and they put out it's 50,000 clippers, and they put out 7 videos a day. So that's 350,000 videos they're going out a day of Andrew Tate. He was manufactured. That's how they made him right there. Right. And at the end of the day, I will step aside in 2026, and I will pick my replacements. But I'm gonna go out on top. After 2026, it's gonna be very difficult to get me for an interview. I'll do stuff very sporadically, maybe once a month, twice a month, but you won't be seeing much of me because I'm making people known that I'm going hard as fuck in my snake year. And then when 2026 comes, it's going to be a whole new ball game, and I'll most likely leave this influencer space.
Yeah. I feel like next year is really going to kind of be like the test to see like if you really do pop off in your snake year. I feel like you are going to blow up next year.
I already blew up, bro. I just need to do it on steroids. I got 6 to 7 billion views.
Yeah,
that's a ridiculous amount of views. And TikTok, IG, and remember, people might not be able to find me on Twitter, but Elon suspended me so many times, and then before that, the fucking criminal leftist regime fucking was suspending me left and right as well. So again, guys, for a guy who gets suspended so many freaking times on Twitter, like 22, 23, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know why Elon hates you so much. I think you guys are enemy signs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows about numerology and astrology. I'm the one, but in all honesty, he blocked me before he bought the company too.
Really?
So, yeah, he didn't like me before because I was pointing out he was a fraud. Let's talk about Elon. You want to talk about Elon? Fine, let's talk about Elon. Elon Musk is a failure as a father. One of his kids is a transgender. Yeah, I don't give a fuck how. One of his kids is a trans.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 100%. So you have to understand that no matter how much money you have, no matter how much fame you have, no matter what you've done for society or quote unquote think you've done for society, you have a trans as a kid, you're failed as a father, and that's the most important job a man has. So you're a failure. That's number one. Number two, his first child died when he was 10 weeks old. In 2002, his first kid died. Now, most people would say that's a tragic event. And again, I believe it's a tragic event too. But you look at Joe Biden, his kids died. He's the president of the United States. You look at Elon Musk, his kid died. He's the richest man in the world, or quote unquote, the richest man on paper. Obviously, the Rothschilds and the Saudis have more. Putin has more. But at the end of the day, did those kids die by accident, or were they child sacrifices? So he could actually make money. Elon Musk has been with 5 or 4 different wives. This is not something I respect. I do not respect this type of behavior. I do not respect behavior of having fucking 5, 6 different fucking kids with 4 or 5 different women. That's reprehensible behavior. You're not a conservative. You just thought you can sell more Teslas to conservatives. That's all it comes down to. I don't believe this man. He's a fraud. He's always been. He's for a carbon tax. That's not conservative. He's for a universal wage. That's not conservative. This is not a conservative man. It's just the fact that the pendulum has swung so far to the fucking left. He looks like he's a conservative. 10 years ago, he's a far left liberal. That's how much shit is fucked up now.
Yeah, that's how far it swung for sure. My mom has a question for you. She asked if you know who Dax is, the rapper Dax.
Yeah, $35, Mom. Cough it up.
Hey, Mom, 35. Let's go.
And it can't be Canadian either. That shit's worthless.
It can't be Canadian. So 35 US.
35 Canadian is like what? 20 US?
Yeah. What if I just ask you the question then?
It's fine. Go ahead. I was just joking. She wants to know if I know who Dax is.
Yeah, the rapper.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I met him in Victoria. He's a good guy. Well, I don't like know him, but I'm trying to get him on the podcast too. He's like an inspirational rapper. Like he's like a non-degenerate rapper. So that's why I respect him.
Brother. All you got to do is flex the fact that you had Sneeko on, you had Zerka on, you had me on. You flex that to most people. Like, wait a second, these guys did something. Then, that's what you have to flex. Who you've had on before.
Yeah,
that's what gets people interested. Because I wouldn't be on here if you didn't have Sneeko, Sonny, Zerka. I wouldn't be on here. I'm real, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you like everyone else. Okay, you know why? Because I don't fear anyone. I already have my bag. I already have my money. I had 10.2 million impressions on just one of my IG accounts for a month. That's more than these fucking OnlyFans whores have. So again, I don't need the clout chase, guys. I already have it. And the difference is most of these people who have clout with brokies. I got clout with rich people. Big difference.
Right. No, that's facts. How often do you get recognized, like when you're just like walking on the streets?
Vegas all the time, Miami casinos quite often.
Yeah.
I go out with my families and people go up to me. I mean, the funniest part was when me, Fresh, and Sneeko went off to from Miami to Vegas, and we got off the plane. Someone recognized me and Sneeko. And I was, they were like, well, can I have a picture with you? And then I want one with GG33. I'm like, nah, you can only have a picture with one of us. And he picked me, and I'm like, Sneeko, take the picture.
Whoa.
But no, I'm not, like, Sneeko gets recognized more than me.
Yeah.
But internationally, I'll get recognized more than any of these guys because a lot of my clout is internationally, where most of these guys are just in the U.S. Like, not many people know who Zerka is outside the United States. People know who Sneeko is because of, Islam and stuff like that, but they're not recognized. People know me in Bahrain. People know me in Saudi Arabia. People know me in Nepal, Russia, Japan. Everyone knows what GG33 is if you're into numerology. That's the whole point. I'm the Michael Jordan of my game. And that's not being cocky. That's just being truthful. I'm the Michael Jordan of my freaking game. And, it is what it is. Am I the biggest guy in the world? No. But ask yourself this. Who else could have made numerology mainstream? Nobody.
No,
and that's the thing. That's why I had to do it. Because I didn't have someone like you or someone else who could do it for me. It would have been much better if I could just been, in the back and, just doing everything as a manager and stuff like that. Then I wouldn't have to be as vulgar all the time and shit like that. But I think I did a good job of mixing the red pill with numerology and astrology.
Yeah. I feel like Zerka doesn't really get recognized. Like he did that Albania stream with Sneeko in his hometown, and like nobody came up to him.
No one knows who he is, bro. I've told Zerka this many times. Let's go to the casino, and every time someone recognizes you, I give you 1,000. Every time someone recognizes me, you give me 1,000. That nigga be broke within 30 minutes. All right. Yeah. So Zerka, I remember when I told Zerka this, he said, okay, but let's go to the playground instead. I'm like, you motherfucker, man. Yeah, he said that on Sneeko stream. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But listen, again, again, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Yeah. But that's type of humor works for him because of who he is. Not many guys could pull that shit off. I will give Zerka credit for making the N-word great again.
No, he's certainly done that. Somebody in here says Zerka made you. I don't think that's true. What do you think about that comment saying Zerka
how could Zerka have made me if I have a bigger YouTube channel than him? I have literally millions in IG and 20 different accounts. I almost have a 1 million on TikTok on one account. I have fan accounts with 250,000. Zerka, what he did do is make it possible to meet Sneeko, make it possible to meet those guys. That Zerka did do. Other than that, he didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for me, Zerka never would have been in the country to actually do everything he did in 2023, and that's a fact. I won't go too much into details, but that's a fact.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I helped Zerka out. He helped me out. But to say Zerka's bigger than me, maybe on Twitter because I'm suspended. Find one other platform he's bigger than me on. None. Absolutely none. So it is what it is. Not taking anything away from him. He's one of the funniest men alive.
No doubt. Yeah. Well, he's got the entertainer energy. He's got 5 and 3s in him, I think. Well,
you know it. And that's a testament to me that everyone even knows stuff like that. Because before a couple years ago, only GG33 knew that.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows that. And I hope the religious folks are watching, because whether you know it or not, I'm going to convert all of these people to numerology, and less and less people are going to be believing in fairy tales.
I'm texting Sonny right after this and saying Gary is converting me to numerology.
Well, Sonny believes in numerology.
Yeah, that's
Sonny,
true.
Listen, Sonny's a goat. Goats are very religious, and if that helps Sonny, then I'm happy for him. I don't treat Sonny any differently. I'm not Zerka fucking hey, Muslim. I will say this: it is more difficult for white Muslims once they leave the United States of America. The white Muslims are pretty much the niggas, everywhere else.
Yeah.
Inside America you won't see it, but outside you will. You're definitely the bottom of the food chain.
Jeez. We have a 35-year. Yeah. We have a 35-year great stream. Reading for 09-2303, Water Goat, Life Path 1. Tips for business and relationship / marriage.
Marriage shouldn't be anytime soon for you. You definitely have to have some fun in life first. I wouldn't get married until I'm at least in my 30s if I were you, somewhere in that area. When I look at you, you're stubborn as hell and you learn things the hard way. Stay away from fucking alcohol. But I'm going to give you the same advice I give every single one who has that 5 energy. Watch these hoes. Because what's that football player for the Browns? Deshaun Watson. I think he's born on the 5th or the 14th. Look it up real quick. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. He plays for the Cleveland Browns. Look up his birthday real quick. I think he's born on the 5th or the 14th or something like that. And he has been charged
14th,
14th. And he has a trouble with sexual harassment with about 20 women. Now, usually I take the guy's side. Okay. Usually I'm on the guy's side. Okay, because I don't believe women. Women are not to be believed. Too many of them fucking lie. But if 20 women are accusing you of the exact same thing, yo, brother, at some point it's like what the fuck? And again, born in the 40s, he had a lot of trouble with women. That's his downfall. So that's the same thing for people born. And to Zerka's credit, everyone thinks he sleeps with these hoes. He stayed at my content house for a long time. He does not sleep with all these hoes. As a matter of fact, the only hoe I saw him sleep with was a dime piece. So he is he's not sleeping with these bitches like all these other people think he is.
Yeah, fair.
To his credit.
I have a question for you too. A lot of the times I'm doing these podcasts, I see little orbs floating in the background. Do you know what that is? It could be like spirits or something. All of my most viral podcasts, I swear I see an orb and then it just goes viral. What do you think about that?
Energy, brother. Energy that you can decipher because you're a 33. It's like you can see a little bit of an aura. Most people can't. Stay away from alcohol. It'll keep getting stronger and stronger. Do not drink, kid. I'm being dead. If you want to smoke some weed, whatever. Do not drink. Because when you drink, think of your body as it has a force field. Okay. Yeah. And this force field is to protect you against jinn and demons and bad spirits. The Quran talks about this. And basically, when you drink alcohol, you have holes in your shield. And these demons can get in there. That's why fucking alcohol has turned so many good fucking virgins into fucking whores.
Yeah.
They're not themselves anymore. So again, and that's advice to you. And it sounds like I'm a Muslim telling you not to drink and don't eat pork and stuff like that. I'm just telling you that stuff as a numerologist, in all honesty.
Yeah. That's so crazy, though, that I can actually see that. On my interview with Jordan Peterson's wife, the one that went super duper viral for me, I literally saw orbs in the background of her screen and the background of my screen. And then what do you know? That video does like 500,000 views.
Jordan Peterson, another fake ass alpha. I would have loved to see I would have paid money to see the look on Jordan Peterson's face after he found out his daughter was ran through by Andrew Tate. I would have paid to see that, bro. Because I mean, you know, he used to be the biggest Andrew Tate fan, and then when he found out that you know, his daughter went over there to meet him, and you know, at least she's not you know, saying he raped her. At least she's not saying that shit. But
Yeah.
after he found out his daughter slept with Andrew, he turned very, very anti-Andrew.
Yeah.
And you know, Jordan Peterson's a 9 life pass, so he's definitely a drug addict. A lot of these nines tend to be fucking drug addicts and shit like that. I consider Jordan Peterson a loser. Okay, I know he's a Canadian fucking hero for you guys, and he's supposed to be some kind of conservative. Bro, he can't even keep his fucking women in check. He can't keep his wife in check or ex-wife, whatever the fuck she is. He can't keep his daughter in check. What type of fucking man are you? You can't keep your woman in check in your life, man. Beta male, bitch.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Jordan Peterson, I got $1 million that says my numerology supersedes your fucking psychology. Okay? How about we do this? This is a challenge to Jordan Peterson. I put this out there years ago. I'll put this out there right now. I got $1 million that says you and me in a room, you can talk to all of these people for 5 minutes. You can talk to every single one of them for 5 minutes, do a psychological analysis on them in 5 minutes. I will be blindfolded, motherfucker. I won't see anything. All I need is their fucking birthdays. And then you will fucking read them and I will read them. You do it based off your psychology. I'll do it based off my numerology. And they will say who is more accurate. Again, motherfucker, I'll be blindfolded. I just need their birthdays. I will smoke you. And people know this is true because do you know how many psychologists are my students? All of these psychologists who are my students who give their advice to their clients based off numerology and astrology. It's based off what I'm teaching them, not what's in the psychology books.
And they do it off of numerology.
All the time, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, numerology is psychology on steroids. It's actually psychology on steroids. Okay? And you know, that's why I keep telling these people, man. You know, and Jordan, if you want to make it 2 million, cool. If you honestly want to make it 10 million, I don't have 10 million, but I'll reach out to someone who does, and they'll fucking put in the escrow account within fucking 2 days. So if you want to do this, let's do this. And by the way, think of all the clout you get for taking out the #1 numerologist in the world. People know who the fuck I am, bro.
Yeah. We got Sonny in the chat. How's it going, brother? Show it to you.
Hey, Sonny made this happen, so shout out to Sonny.
Dude, Sonny, I swear Sonny's one of the realest people in this industry. I can't lie. One of the realest. He's definitely the realest person that I've spoke to in here.
Most people in this industry are fake. You know, they're only in here for clout. Sonny's a good dude. I mean, listen, if Sonny was anything like Zerka, even 10% like Zerka, he could turn all those relationships he have into beef and get so much clout off it. He doesn't do it. He's a good guy, man. He really is, man. One of the good guys in the industry. I think he has a bright future ahead of him. And, you know, I have no issues with him converting to Islam. Yeah. But I will say this, that content's going to have to change up a little bit after 2024 ends because that religious stuff ain't going to be worky as well. And this is stuff that, you know, many people.
Yeah. Me and Sonny literally have the same numerology. Like, we're both 33 sixes. Yeah. It's crazy. Can 33s like actually see like spiritual things? Like I said, I can see orbs. Like, can we actually see past the veil?
You have more of an ability to do it than other people. Yes.
Jeez. Gosh, but like I feel like there's a fine line between like seeing through the veil and just like becoming schizophrenic. Like what's the
okay? I'll give you an example. Make sure the information doesn't start controlling you, because when the information starts controlling you, that's when it's a problem. I'll give you an example. You know, you can look at someone's birthday and then you can look at someone's time of birth and start breaking down their time of birth and seeing what that means. But once you start going that in depth, that's when the information starts controlling you instead of you controlling the information. So, you know, there's a fine line to this stuff. I don't worship anything. People think I worship numbers. I worship shit, bro. Only thing I worship is my woman's body.
Yeah. Base brother. Let's see if there's any like things I missed. Okay, is Halloween evil?
My kids ain't wearing no fucking mask. Listen, all these fucking fake Christians and Muslims going on Halloween and going out there and fucking saying trick or treat. How are you Christians and Muslims celebrating a fucking pagan holiday? Are you out your fucking mind? Are you that strung up for money that you can't go to the fucking CVS and grocery store and be like, yo, kid, here's 20 bucks. Pick out the candies you want. We're done. You're going to take the chance that you're going to run into some sicko who's going to fucking put some poison in your kid's candy? These people are fucking sick. They're absolutely sick. I don't let my kids go trick-or-treating. Are you out your fucking mind? See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim, but I don't celebrate fucking pagan holidays. You motherfuckers do. You're fucking frauds.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Everything about Halloween just felt weird. It's like, what are you celebrating? Like, you dress up as a devil and then like you go. It just feels like a ritual. I don't know.
It definitely is. And you know how I told you that worshiping gives, it's like they're siphoning energy from you.
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing on Halloween?
Oh, siphoning a lot of energy.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take part of it. As a matter of fact, if I'm president of the United States, that shit gets banned.
Really?
I'd ban that, just like I ban OnlyFans. I put guillotines in front of the White House and let's go. French Revolution style, 1789, baby.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Do you think that like praying takes away your energy? Like just like saying like
yes,
talk
100%.
Really?
100%. I'm telling you again, the Prime Creator doesn't interfere. The Prime Creator doesn't need your worship. He does not need your worship. He created all of this. He does not need your worship. As a matter of fact, the fact that you think he needs your worship means you're fucking arrogant as hell. Okay? He doesn't need your worship. But you know who does? Demons. Demons need your worship so they can feed off your fucking energy. So they can siphon your energy. Same thing with Halloween. You're praying to fucking different demons. Israel. What is Israel? Israel. That's 3 different gods' names. Elohim, as in El. Ra is Ra. That's another god. Isis is another god. So Israel is basically 3 different gods and one name. There's many gods. There's only one prime creator. That's simple. Do not worship. When you pray, you become prey.
Yeah, because I felt like before I became like a Christian, I felt like more like powerful and like spiritual. Like I felt like I did have more like spiritual authority and power. Yeah. Now when I got into Christianity, I almost felt like I kind of like lost my own like power in a way spiritually.
Of course. Are you going to Sunday church?
No, I've been, but like I just kind of get bored. Can't lie.
Yeah. Listen, brother. I'd respect the Christians a lot more if Western nations weren't sexual. I just can't respect nations which allow that type of bullshit to go on. That's why I respect the Muslims more than I respect the Christians. I'll tell you one thing. Muslim women ain't whores. The Christians are. Sorry. I hurt your feelings. Remember, you can't fucking spell truth without the word hurt. So the truth hurts.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but I'm not. So I don't know what it is. It is what it is.
Facts. What happens when you're like, say, 11 years old, 22 years old, and 33 years old? Like, does that have anything to do? And also, I feel like now that I turned 17, because I just turned 17, I'm making way more money than I was like a month ago when I was 16. Now I'm 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. Now I'm making way more money.
Well, you just answered your own question, didn't you?
Yeah. Jeez. So when you're 33, when I'm 33, that's gonna be like my peak then, I guess.
No, I wouldn't say it's your peak. It'll be your peak to that time.
Yeah.
You'll probably make big moves when you're 33. I consider I'm gonna be I honestly I was waiting for 2023 to happen for 12 years. I started GG33 in 2011, a year of the cat. So I waited till the next year of the cat to pop off.
Yeah.
So I waited 12 years for that. But I also have been telling people for a long time, 2025, I will be the biggest guy out there for at least a few months next year.
Yeah.
That I guarantee you. It's not even a question. And people will pull up these tapes and they'll see that I was actually right. But here's the thing. I keep my promises. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. When I said in 2023 I was going to get numerology and astrology mainstream, they didn't believe me. What happened now? Even my haters are spreading numerology and astrology. That you can't buy control like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's first it was, oh, you're a fraud. Then it was like, you know what? There's something to this numerology, but fuck you, Gary. Now like, okay, numerology is real. You didn't fucking invent this shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wouldn't even fucking believe in it. Yeah, I see people with 28s in their Twitter bio and their logo, and they're talking shit about me. I'm like, bro, who put that fucking 28 on you?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But all I'm going to tell you, young streamers, and I want you, and you, Sonny, all you other guys, you guys are very lucky. I'm not 20 years younger doing this because I smoked the shit out of every single one of you. I really.
No, I believe that. I do. Yeah, no doubt. You definitely have a mouthpiece for sure. Like, no doubt about that. I feel like that's kind of part of the reason you've been able to take over so
100%. Only a few people have a better mouthpiece than me. One of them's Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I give the devil his due, don't I? I always give the devil his due. That's what that's the thing about me. I don't fear anyone enough to lie. I really don't.
Yeah. Why do I see? Oh my god! I was just about to say, why do I see like numbers repeating? And I literally just looked and it's 1111. As I was about to ask that question,
it basically means you're evolving.
Wow, like I've been seeing that since I was like a youngin. I've been seeing that since I was a little boy. 1111. Wow, that's like that just like scared me. Like I was just about to ask that. Look at the time. Out of the corner of my eye, catch the time. It's 1111.
That's what got me into numerology. All the 11s and 911. I mean, I'm so many people are sick of hearing this spiel, but I'll do it again. Never did it on your show. So again, I woke up on 9/11/2001, and obviously before you were born, and I thought I was watching Die Hard the movie. That's what I thought I was watching when I saw the Twin Towers burning. Yeah. And then when I saw the second tower fall, it's like, wait a second, this ain't a movie. So I went outside, smoked one for, all the people who died. And then as I started researching that shit, because, we really didn't have the internet like we do now. Now you can go on the phone, figure out any fucking thing you want. Back then, you got to go on America Online on some fucking computer. It's slow as fuck. It takes you 2 minutes to get to a web page. You hear all these stupid sounds on your computer. It wasn't like it is now. And I saw something that really, caught my eye. I saw that, the date was 9/11, just like the emergency code for, in the United States, 9/11. And then I saw the first plane to hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. The Twin Towers looked like 11 side by side. They both had 110 stories. New York City, 11 letters. Afghanistan, 11 letters. The Pentagon, 11 letters. New York is the 11th state in the union. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The chances of all that being a coincidence are absolutely astonishing. We're talking about in the billions. So then I remembered that the Great War, World War I, ended on 11/11 at exactly 11 o'clock. They were still firing bullets at each other at 10:55, but at 11 it all stopped. At that point, I knew they were doing something. I just didn't know what. And that's what my life has got me to, that I figure out exactly what they were doing and stuff like that, because I know it's real. And if you guys want to believe in the Christianity and Islam that they promote, cool. That's you. I already know how to run numerology and astrology. I ain't going back to crawling like you guys are. So again, for some people it helps. For a lot of people it hinders. I think I made my position very clear on that, because I'm not here to insult Islam. Maybe I'll insult Christianity a little bit. But I'm definitely not here to insult Islam. Islam is, at least it believes in the core family values that I do.
Yeah.
But do you think it does.
Do you think it weakens you though to like submit and like?
Yes, of course.
Like, do you think you're less powerful as a Muslim than you are like as a non-Muslim?
That's a tricky question. Less powerful, because when you're a Muslim, you're part of a collective. Like, for instance, I always tell influencers, if you want to get real famous, say you're a Muslim or say you're a Christian, because you're already going to build a bond with a lot of people, and they won't even know you, and they'll back you. Like, for instance, there's people who back Zerka. They don't care what Zerka does. He's a Christian. I'm a Christian. That's it. I back him all the way. There's people that back Sneeko because he's a Muslim, and they're a Muslim. So no matter what he does, they're going to back it. So once you become a Christian and Muslim, you join like the biggest cults in the world, and those people will back you blindly. So I think being a Muslim and Christian helps financially. I think spiritually, it puts a glass ceiling on you that you can only go so far. Like the Muslim can't believe in reincarnation. You got to be a fucking fool not to believe in reincarnation. The Muslim believes that reincarnation is when you go from a womb, from a baby into an adult. From the womb to actually be born. They believe that's reincarnation. That to me is just not sufficient. Right. I know there's old souls. I know there's young souls. Like you might be a young kid, but you're an old soul because you're a 33. So that you live many lifetimes. So that's one of the issues I have with Islam. They don't really buy into reincarnation. With Christianity, I mean, I just don't believe they're fairy tales. I mean, once you start looking at Islam, it's like, okay, Jesus Christ died at 33. And we know the Freemason order goes to 33. The Muslims have 99 beads, but they're all broken up into 3 sections for 33. So again, the numbers are prevalent in every religion, every society. I believe there's 33,000 gods in Buddhism or something like that. It's always there. It's always there. So I am telling you, the people on top of the food chain, this is what they believe. And if you want to have an edge in life, you can pray all you want, man. I ain't gonna give it to you. God doesn't answer your prayers. He just judges you based off your actions. And that's what karma's for. I implore people to put logic over faith, because that's the only way to escape the matrix.
Facts. I've been told that I'm like an old soul like my entire life too. Like I've heard that so much, and now it kind of makes more sense.
Because numerology makes sense.
Yeah, it actually really does. Like I'm not gonna lie. Sonny was telling me about Islam. He was making sense about that too, but it's just so confusing. Like Christians would tell me one thing, Muslims would tell me one thing. It's like it was very confusing. Like I felt my mind getting like kind of cooked. But on this podcast, you're making a lot of sense. Can't lie.
I'll tell you this, bro. When it comes down to it, the Muslims and the Christians basically tell you the same thing. You can be a homosexual, you can be a rapist, you can be a murderer, but as long as you accept Jesus Christ or Allah as your Lord and Savior, all that's forgiven. That's nonsense, bro. Karma is not washed just because you get religious. There's a lot of former homosexuals that are hardcore Muslims because they're ashamed of what they did in the past. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. So, I mean, listen, I'd rather have people be religious than LGBT any day of the week. So I'm not comparing the two. I'm just telling you that once you become religious, you put a glass ceiling on yourself that you can't think a certain way, and that's not beneficial to humanity.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about all the stories about people saying that they died and then like they saw God or they saw Jesus and they went to heaven, or they even went to hell? Like I've listened to a lot of those.
How do you know that was a angel you saw and not a demon who was trying to pretend to be an angel? How do you know?
That's my biggest trip up about religion. It's like, how do I know that this is actually God? Because I feel like I'm being deceived with this stuff.
You don't. I always tell people who are psychic mediums who think they're talking to angels, you're most likely talking to some kind of demon who's pretending he's an angel.
Yeah.
No, I don't talk to fucking demons. I don't fucking talk to anything like that. That's all nonsense, man. All that fucking witchcraft shit. I don't need a demon's help to put a hex on somebody. Okay. Some people do. You have to understand that some people have no abilities. Like, for instance, you're a 33, 22s, 11s, 28s to some degree. They're very good at manifesting, and we can manifest with minimum effort. Other people need to cut deals with negative entities to have the ability to manifest. They need a cheat code. We don't.
Yeah. Facts. And how do you know that it's like an angel that you're being guided by or a demon? Like, is there like any discernment kind of?
The demons are always going to look like angels. I'm trying to tell people that your human mind is not capable of discerning one or the other. But I do believe that a lot of people see what they believe are angels, but are actually demons who are whispering in their ear. They're actually jinn. Again, the Quran talks about the jinn quite often. So the jinn are real. The dark side is real. I just believe that the gods most people are praying to are actually devils. And I believe that God does not I don't believe the prime creator interferes. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I think he just judges you based off your karma when you die.
True. But then there's a thing too. It's like, if I listen to you, maybe I'm betraying Christianity. So
Of course.
Maybe that's taking me off Christianity. So how do I know?
Here's the thing. I'm not asking you to do anything except be logical.
Right.
That's it. Just be logical. They are asking you for faith. I'm not asking you for faith. I'm showing you examples. Oh, okay, 28th is the number of wealth. Bill Gates is born on 20th. Elon Musk is born on 20th. The Cowboys, the richest sports franchise in the world, is founded on the 28th. Vanguard, the biggest asset manager in the world at $11 trillion, has more of a money than most countries' GDP. They're founded on the 28th day. I am giving you concrete facts and showing you boom, boom, boom. No faith is required, only logic. They are asking for your faith. I don't need it. I just need your logic. That is the difference.
I feel like I need to hear this too, because I've been like so like back and forth between maybe it's religion, maybe it's not. Maybe if it's telling me that's not religion, maybe that means that's like a demon trying to pull me away from God, pull me away from Jesus.
I know, like, but that's what these Christians, mainly Christians. I don't have too much pushback from Muslims. Mainly Christians. I'm a devil. Nick Fuentes says I'm a devil. All this other fucking garbage. By the way, I've told a lot of people that Nick Fuentes would fucking turn on them. I told a lot of people Nick Fuentes would turn on them, and guess who was right? I know a fucking piece of garbage when I see one, and that's definitely Nick Fuentes, piece of fucking trash. But at the end of the day, they're gonna tell you that this is, evil, this is satanic. How can knowledge be satanic? Like, for instance, if someone kills somebody with a car, does that make the car evil?
No.
So if someone does something bad with this knowledge, does that mean the knowledge is evil, or people are using it for evil? You gotta have there you go. So again, if I'm the elite and I want to keep this knowledge to myself, I'm gonna write in the fucking Bible that numerology and astrology is satanic too. So less people, fucking believe it. I've had people who are Christians say, like, you know what? I see this stuff is real, but I think it's bad because the Bible says so.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, are you serious? Some people are like that.
I mean, it's kind of like low vibrational thinking.
Very,
like, it's kind of like just
very low vibrational thinking. But again, they'll call me the devil. They'll call me all this other stuff. You know what's the interesting part? I'm a family man, 2 kids, wife. I don't cheat on my wife. Like, you can even ask Zerka. He said I'm the only influencer who he never saw fucking try to fuck around with any of the OnlyFans whores. Everyone else was simping but me. These hoes come up to me and try to give me a hug. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. So they want to, attack me for being a devil, yet I'm the one who's living with godly values. Interesting how that works. I'm the one who's raising kids with a woman. I'm the one who's doing everything right as a family man, but they're calling me the devil. People who have no kids, no wife, nothing but fucking ran through whores, but I'm the one who married a virgin. Who's fucking doing shit right? Me or them?
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes is a fucking okay. No, I'm being dead serious. Have you ever seen him with a woman? Have you ever seen him talk about women? Never. Hardly. As a matter of fact, they probably got pictures of him somewhere and they're fucking forcing him to be against Trump.
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Hey, did I attack enough people on your stream today?
No, keep going.
Keep going. Let's see.
Get a couple more.
I already hit Fuzi. Who else am I supposed to
You got Zerka.
I get Zerka, but I said a lot of nice things about Zerka too.
That's true, yeah.
So what's that? Oh, XQC. Oh my God.
Oh my God, I hate that guy, bro.
I hate that guy's voice.
Yeah.
I literally, his voice is like nails on a fucking chalkboard.
Yeah. Like
And
literally, bro. Literally, like fuck.
you know how they say you can look at people's eyes and look in their soul. I can hear a person's voice and look into their soul.
Yeah.
And XQC has a very dirty fucking soul, if he even fucking has one. Anyone who watches XQC, you're a beta male.
Okay? Yeah, I don't know how he has fans.
I have no idea, bro. He has the ugliest life. I hear him, I get mad. I get very angry. He's a piece of garbage, bro. He's a literal piece of shit.
Yeah, I agree. What about my voice? What does my voice tell you about
You're
my
fine,
soul?
man. You're fine.
Yeah.
It's when someone's really dirty, they talk with a lisp. Why do you think so many homosexuals talk with a lisp?
Yeah.
The voice is out. You understand?
More of a lisp.
No, you have a decent voice. You have a decent voice. I have a really good voice for radio.
Yeah.
That's what they used to tell me all the time, bro. They used to tell me I had a radio. They used to tell me I had a radio voice. That was an insult, trying to say I was fucking ugly and shit like that. So it is what it is, man.
You definitely have the mouthpiece. Like I could definitely picture myself just listening to you on the radio.
Yeah, I did it for a long time. I mean, once I get really famous in 2025, I'm sure they're gonna dig all that shit up from 20 years ago and start playing it. I was on an internet radio station called Sports Talk Cleveland, and I was the only one on the radio station who was allowed to talk politics. Now I used to fucking just go in on Obama because he was president at the time. Just go in on this son of a bitch. And before that, I used to go in on Bush. And eventually the Cavs owner called my boss up and said, if you want to keep your credentials, you got to fire this guy. So that was the first billionaire who got me fired.
Yeah.
If you go to the tape on YouTube, Gary, the numbers guy, and Dan Gilbert, Cavs, you will see it. And basically, I told the Cleveland radio that LeBron James would leave Cleveland in 2010. So the Cavs owner called up. He's like, he's not going anywhere. So right after LeBron left, he's looked like a fool. So he decides it's a good idea to get me fired. He's a billionaire. I'm broke at the time. Not much I can do. So I devised the plan. Only a 33 could pull this off. And I started going to NBA Summer League. And I got cool with somebody who was working for Andre Iguodala. And Andre Iguodala was with the Denver Nuggets at the time. And in 2013, he was about to get traded to Memphis. I basically convinced my guy who convinced his people for him to go to Golden State because I said there's a kid named Steph Curry and Klay Thompson there. And I think they're going to do great things. And I think you can win titles with him. He went there. He won the NBA title in 2015. And guess who he beat? My Cleveland Cavaliers with the guy who fucking fired me. So he got me fired. And I cost that son of a bitch 3 championships. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Jeez, bro. Oh my god. I think I have heard you tell that story before, but yeah, they hate to see a brother win, and they hate to see a brother getting things right.
They really do. But guess what, Dan Gilbert? Fuck you. Oh, I keep grudges, bro, for life.
Yeah. I feel like you should keep grudges. Like if
somebody
really messed you over,
Donald Trump said it best. He's like, if someone crossed you and you have a chance to get him back, you should. I'm with Donald Trump.
Yeah. No, I don't really believe in like forgiving people super duper easy either. Like I've definitely been like a grudge holder throughout my whole life.
100%. And that's another thing I have a problem with Christians. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek against sexuals. Turn the other cheek against pedophiles. Fucking whores. Now look at your fucking society. Turn the other cheek, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that shit. Never would I be a Christian. Puh. Fucking disgust me and shit like that because of the way they act. Now, I want to say this. The Christians in Russia, Romania, Poland, I'm cool with them because those Christians are like the Muslims. They don't let that degenerate shit in their society. No fucking way. So when I'm talking about the Christians and my dislike, I'm talking about the ones in Western culture. Britain, Canada, America, Mexico, the Western culture Christians. The ones in Poland, Russia, Ukraine, you guys are men. I'm not talking about you.
Base.
Hope you guys understand the difference.
What do you think about like chakras too, like your third eye chakra, throat
Yeah,
chakra,
it's all
heart
real.
chakra?
No one has their crown chakra open. I mean, maybe 100 people in human history got their crown chakra open. My throat chakra is wide open, but my crown
Yeah.
chakra is not.
I feel like mine's kind of blocked. Like I feel like even like right now, I feel like I have
You're
like
young. You're young.
tight
You'll get
energy.
there. Stop
Yeah.
drinking. Don't fucking go down on whores. You'll be
I
fine.
mean, I'm wearing this blue shirt right now, so I feel like I am speaking better because I got the throat chakra color on.
There you go. You're learning.
Yes,
You're
sir.
learning.
Yep. But I've also heard that's satanic. Like I used to meditate through chakras, and then I heard like don't do that. That's satanic.
Yeah.
So then I
Of
got
course,
scared. And I
of course,
stopped
the
doing it.
Bible is always trying to keep people down. Oh, always the Christian thumpers, and the worst ones are the Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh my fucking god, they're out of you. That's a cult within a cult, bro. These people are out their fucking minds, bro. Jehovah's Witnesses need to be signed up for mental institutions. They really do. They're out their fucking minds, bro.
Yeah.
That sect of Christianity, I can't even deal with their asses. Yeah, I don't even want to get to it. D, can you bring me a water? Thanks.
What's the best way to like open like your throat chakra? Is it just you're like talking like a whole bunch and getting used to it, or is there other ways?
It's more about what you don't do than what you do.
Yeah.
You know, again, if you know, don't go down on whores. That you know, so I'm being dead serious. I'm not trying to joke around with you guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, don't go down on whores. You know, a wife is a different deal, but you never want to go down on some fucking whores. You don't want to have sex with multiple partners. That's not a good thing.
Mhm.
Anything sexually that you do with people who are ran through, all that energy stays with you forever.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. I think Sonny's told me that too. I've heard you say it. Like you get the energy of the girl. Yeah.
And 100%, bro. 100%. I can't tell you how important it is. Body count's so important, man. Not just from a red pill standpoint, from a chakra standpoint. Because if you have nothing but sex with other people and you have a high body count, that means your root chakra is dominating. And you know, you can't go any further. That's the primal instincts, just to fuck.
I thought that's your sacral chakra is your sexual one. That was sacral, right?
Trust me when I tell you it's root chakra.
Okay. In mainstream like media, they say
I
it's
know.
like
I
sacral,
know what they say in mainstream.
Yeah.
I also know the root chakra is in San Francisco, and that's why they turned that place gay. So that shit spread all over the world.
Why is
Again,
the root chakra in San Francisco?
that's the root chakra of the world.
Why is that?
That's just its placement. Every you know, the Earth has chakras too. The root chakra just happens to be in San Francisco. That's the sexual chakra, and that's why they turned San Francisco gay, because they
How do you
knew
know that? How do you find that out that that's where the root chakra is?
again, the root chakra is red, and there's one tree that grows in San Francisco area in Northern California that doesn't grow too many other places. It's called a redwood, and again, symbolizing that's why those elitists have something called Bohemian Grove. It's right by San Francisco, right by the redwood trees. So the red is the root chakra. Redwood represents the root chakra of the earth. So again, they knew if they turned that place homosexual, it would spread all over the earth, and that's exactly what happened. And again, you're trying to fight these people with Christianity and Islam when they're fucking throwing the occult at you. You're going to lose every single time. I mean, let me ask you, do you think those prayers have helped those people?
It doesn't seem like
it
it.
doesn't look like it. Now let's go back 100 years. This has been going on before Israel was even founded. The first Jewish settlers came in Israel to Palestine in about 1916, somewhere in that area. So this is about 100 years going on. If God loves the Palestinians people so much, why are they consistently taking L's? Just something, you know, you got to ask these questions, guys. And you know what? As much as my Palestinian friends and my Muslim friends ain't going to like to hearing this, losing wars have consequences. You lost in 1948. You lost in 1967. You lost in 1973. You lost all the intifadas. You can tell me all the moral victories you want. Guess what? You lost. Losing has consequences. If I was a Muslim and I'd be more mad at my ancestors for fucking taking L's than I would be at the fucking Zionists who put me in that position. So again, we took Texas from Mexico by force. What's going to happen if Mexico says, oh, that's our land and you stole it? Come take it. That's what's going to happen. Might is right at some point. Now, some people could say, well, Israel gets all their weapons from the United States of America. Well, guess what? Before America was a superpower, the Zionists got all their weapons from the UK, which was the superpower. It's always somebody. You understand? That's what a parasite does. Sonny said it best in this video. Who do you think the parasite is he's talking about? He's talking about Zionism. Okay? So at the end of the day, that's a parasite. And a parasite's going to do what a parasite's going to do. But guess what? In America, there's what, 24 million millionaires in America? 24 million millionaires in America. How come the Zionists didn't stop them from getting that bag? How come the Zionists didn't? Because you're not going to change the world. It existed way before you. It's going to exist way after you. All you can do is change your little circle. You understand? Yeah. You need to stop worrying about Zionism and all this other stuff. You think all this shit that's going on Twitter, all these spaces, we need to get rid of all. You think that's going to have any effect? Wrong. Now they know who the fuck you are. You just made yourself a target. Nice honeypot operation, Elon Musk. Why do you think Elon Musk got bad Nick Fuentes? Now he knows who all the groypers are. Guess what? Yeah. You're fucked next year. Mark my words. You're fucked next year. So again, you guys got set up because you're fucking morons. But again, I'm not defending Zionism here. It's definitely a scourge on the planet. But if it wasn't them, it'd be someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, if America wasn't running the world, it would be the Chinese, and they'd be way fucking worse. By the way, black people want to go back in chains? Make sure the Chinese become fucking the superpower and America falls off. White people and black people are going to be in fucking chains. They want to call white people the majority race. Bro, we're 8% of society. 8% of society is white. Back before women voted?
Is that actually it? 8%?
8%. Back before women voted, it was 30%.
Whoa!
Do you understand what they did? Now. Do you understand what these women did? They don't have white babies anymore. They're fucking whores.
Yeah.
Okay. And women are not loyal. It's not in their nature to be loyal. Like, for instance, I married a rooster woman because they're the most loyal. But most women, it's not in their nature to be loyal. How do you know this? Study history. All you got to do is study history. You'll see this. Mm-hmm. In France, right before the Nazis invaded, the most sophisticated, best-looking women were all basically putting out for the French military elite and the French elite. Once the Nazis took over Paris, those same women start sucking Nazi dick. They're not loyal. I keep trying to tell people this. They've never been loyal. Yeah. Okay? This is a fact. Don't believe me. Don't believe the red pillars. Look at history. It will tell you the same thing. You know, one thing you've seen in society the past 20 years, and especially in sports, you see a black man commentator and a white woman commentator. You've seen that because they wanted the black man and the white woman to get together. Now, the white man isn't excluded. Guess what? He's being hooked up with the Chinese and the Asian women. Yeah. White men, Asian women, white women, black men. Guess what? White society. Bye-bye. 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 And again, they can call me a white supremacist for this all they want. I'm Jewish. So good luck with that bullshit. Okay? Yeah. Good luck with that bullshit. But, you know, this is just fact. This is just absolute fact. So women ain't loyal, and they're going to be the downfall of the white race, quite frankly. And whose fault is this? The dumb white men who gave their women's rights in April 18th, 1920. Before that, the United States of America had no debt. Once the women started coming in office, all of a sudden the debt keeps going up, keeps going up, keeps going up. Because I'll show you something with numerology, okay? Man, first vowel A. Capitalist, first vowel A. So most men resonate with capitalism. Woman, first vowel O. Just like socialism, first vowel O. Just like communism, first vowel O. So women are naturally inclined more to socialism and communism. That's why you got to strip their right to vote. And by the way, aren't women a lot more supportive of sexuals than men? I wonder why.
They are.
I wonder why. Yo, listen, if I was an elitist, if I was in a position of power, I'd be trying to get as many of these broads to vote, as many of these broads to be in a position of power, because they can be easily emotionally manipulated. That's why they shouldn't vote. And I'm going to tell you this to you, men who are listening right now. You can stop this. It's my, my generation's cooked with this shit. But when it comes to your generation, you can still put a stop to this. All you have to do is basically tell women, if you give up your right to vote, we'll cancel your debt. A lot of women have $100K in debt in student loans or medical debt or something like that, because women hold 75% of debt in society. So if you actually tell women that if they give their right to vote and we cancel the debt, women will go for it. Most women will go take that deal. And yes, it will be hard for us men. We have to, get on our back and, take care of their debt. It'll take us about 10 years. But after that, it will be a utopia. Yeah. If women have no voice in politics, it will be a utopia. And by the way, I have a solution for the abortion problem too.
Yeah? What's that?
People would not be, a lot of people won't be happy with this. Both sides won't be happy with this, but I think it's a very good compromise. Every woman has a right to have one abortion. As much as it detests me, listen to me. Just listen to me. Every woman will have a right for one abortion. But after she has that abortion, she'll have a choice. She can either tie her tubes, which means she can never get pregnant again, or she can say, I'm not going to tie my tubes. But if she gets pregnant again and, she can't afford the child, or she doesn't have a father to raise the child with, then she goes to prison. Then she goes to prison. Then she goes to prison. Because think about all these kids who are raised by single mothers. 85% of them 85% of the rapists are raised by single mothers. So that's the problem with women being whores. It's not that they're whores. It's that kids that come from that whoredom. Yeah. The kids that come there unloved, the kids that come that commit crimes. So we need to eliminate that. So as much as I detest abortion, obviously if a woman's raped or it's incest, then that's not even a question. I'm not going to tell a woman that she's raped, she has to have a kid. You have to be a cold-hearted motherfucker to do that. But yeah. I have people, Christians will actually argue that. Like, oh, no, that's a life. No, fuck all that shit. If a woman gets raped and she has a kid, that's going to traumatize her for the rest of her life. You can't do that. Women are too emotional. They can't handle that shit. But yeah, first abortion is free. Second abortion, you're going to prison, or you better get your tubes tied to make sure that would solve the problem like that.
Yeah. Would you ever consider running for president?
I'll probably run in 2028.
Really?
I was supposed to run in 2024, but I got injured. My Achilles, I fucked up my Achilles, so I couldn't even walk. So how the fuck are you supposed to, run for president if you're on fucking crutches and shit like that? That's not. So I'm most likely going to run in 2028. So yes.
Wow. That'll be very interesting to see, brother. If you do get elected, I'd like to see you pass that law.
If I get elected, no dual citizens will ever be in the United States Congress. Bye-bye, Zionist influence. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. At the same time, Israel does have a right to defend itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make this clear. I'm going to make this clear. If people came in your house and killed your family members, are you not going to go out there and try to kill theirs?
Oh, I probably definitely would, yeah.
Yeah. So what are you blaming Israel because Hamas went in there and started killing a whole bunch of people? I understand oppress people and all this other stuff. I get it. I get it. But I mean, think about it. Who benefited from Hamas attacking Israel? Was it the Palestinians? No. Was it the Israelis? No. Was it the Lebanese? No. Only one group benefited. Well, actually, two. Iran. Iran benefited from that. Iran is a lot more the centerpiece of the so-called resistance than ever has been. It has a lot more Muslim support in the Middle East than ever had before. And Russia. October 7th happened on Putin's birthday. So ever since October 7th happened, the Russians have been kicking the Ukrainians' asses. And before that, it wasn't happening. So October 7th was a birthday present to Putin. He basically had him go in, and that relieved a lot of pressure on Russia. And Russia has been winning the war ever since Hamas attacked. So this is real. This is real, guy. Am I a Zionist? Hell no, I despise Zionism. But I'm still a millionaire despite Zionism. And so is a whole bunch of other people. So you can't blame everything on the Zionists. Don't tell me you're poor and you have a whore as a fucking wife because of the Zionist. It's not because of the Zionist. It's because you failed. So again, I'm trying to make the distinction here. You can't blame them for all your problems. That's all I'm saying. You want to blame them for society's problems? Cool. Don't blame them for your problems. You're an individual. You make your own choices.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm still gonna like make it on the internet.
Yeah, whether Zionists run or don't, you're still gonna be on the internet.
Yeah.
So again, there's certain things you can't say because of Zionists, and my bad for the comments on YouTube. My bad. But at the same time, it is what it is.
I hope that my mom literally texted me, just don't get banned from YouTube. I hope that there's nothing crazy. I don't think you've said anything super duper crazy, but
I would take this and take out the part where I said that F thing.
Yeah.
And everything else should be good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. As a matter of fact, a lot more people are harder on Zionists than I am. So
yeah,
I'll try to be as fair and balanced as possible. And I think I am.
That whole talk with to bring it back to religion, like that made a lot of sense to me. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that's how it's kind of sapping your energy, and then it almost kind of makes me feel guilty if you like want to like kind of be more spiritually independent, because it's like, no, now you're portraying like Jesus, and now you start feeling like, wow, maybe the demons are making me think I need to be like independent spiritually.
That's fear tactics that religions use to keep people in place. Nothing more, bro.
Yeah,
nothing more. Again, how can knowledge be evil? How can, like, for instance, if you know your enemy's ear is coming, you know not to make big moves. It'll save you a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You know,
what do you think would happen? Like, say if I do like get the Tristan Tate podcast or something huge next year, are you saying I should decline that because it's like it's my enemy year and
no, I don't think you should decline it. I just think that if you get, like, say, an offer to move somewhere that it's going to pay you a lot more, that might be a trap.
I feel like it might be Miami. I might like be able to go to Miami.
I told you, Fort Lauderdale. Don't live down in Brickell. Fort Lauderdale or Aventura is where you should live if you come down to Miami.
Where do like most people live? Because I'd go there for networking. Like, what's the best place in Miami to be for networking?
Brickell. That's where Sneeko stays and all those other guys.
Yeah,
most influencers stay in Brickell. Aiden, when you live there, he stays in Brickell. I'm not going to be around that fucking drug-infested, whore-infested Miami and Brickell. I live in Sunny Isles. I live with all the Jews and all the Russians.
Yeah. Is that good for me numerologically or no? Sunny Isles.
Again, Aventura.
Got you, brother. Dude, we've been at this for like 3 hours. Like, I really? Yeah, 2 hours and 48 minutes.
All right, brother, let's wrap it up, man. This is a long podcast. I talked a lot of shit about enough people, man. We're good, man. Elon Musk, you're gonna get yours next year, brother. I promise you. You're so fucked next year, Elon Musk. So it is what it is. As for you, I think you got a good voice at this. You're making the connections. You're doing what you have to. Just understand, the bigger you get, the more people are going to turn on you.
Yeah.
Understand that this is no joke. Ask Sonny about this. Ask Sonny what kind of. I don't like to use the word snakes, but in your case, it's definitely very, very fitting. There's very few loyal people. You know, the guys I work with, they're good. They're really solid people. Most of these other people, it's just it's just. I'll just give you an example. Nick Fuentes got put on with Kanye West by Milo.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets put on with Kanye West, Nick Fuentes is talking shit about Milo to Kanye. How do you get put on with somebody and then you start talking shit?
Yeah.
Like Aiden and Nick Fuentes had a stream because of Sneeko.
Yep.
Sneeko took him to a lot of people. And then for him to start talking shit about Sneeko, like what is this? And then he talks about loyalty. Yo, my nigga, you a piece of shit. On some real shit, you a piece of garbage. How are you attacking? I don't know anyone who put me on who I attack. There's no one put me on. So maybe it's different. There's no one put me on. No one made me. Okay. No matter what anyone says, man. The people who said, I made myself. That's the difference between me and everyone else. I didn't need anyone. I've made plenty of people myself. But how you can get put on with someone and then like turn on them and then start talking shit about me, that's just unimaginable to me.
Yeah, same.
So again, just a lot of piece of shits in this industry who will dump you for any reason. Like, Aiden. I don't have any issues with Aiden anymore. All good. But when Kyan drops him and I show speed don't want to deal with him, he'll call up Sneeko. And when those guys deal with him, he won't deal with Sneeko.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what happened in the past. This is what happens in the past. I'm not taking shots at anyone. I'm just telling you what happened. I used to have a student by the name of Hotep Jesus. And Hotep, he was my student in like 2016, so it was a while ago. And, I was one of the only people he listened to. Then he started, he was like the leader of the Black conservative space back then. And since then, so many people have leaped his ass. So many Black conservatives have leaped Hotep that he doesn't control that space anymore. So he grifts now to communism and socialism. It's a grifter. It's an absolute grifter. So you have to be careful that you talk to people who actually believe in what they're saying and they're just not selling things.
Yeah. So he changed his whole like political belief based on like what's trending pretty much.
Pretty much.
Wow. Yeah, that could never be me. And I could never see myself like betraying, I was supposed to say snaking, but betraying like anybody that ever like helped me out. Like even you just coming on my podcast and giving me 3 hours of your time. Like how could I in good faith ever like bash you in any time? The fact that you did this for my podcast. Same with Sonny, putting me on as well. Sneeko doing that podcast. Tristan Tate, giving me that goal. Like how could I ever backstab these people? I just don't have it in me.
Exactly. That's why I told you, no matter what I say about Tristan, you need to fucking always back him because that is your benefactor. And you always have to look out.
Like I do like him too. Like
no, I get it. I get it. I'm just telling you, you always look out for the people who help you.
Yeah.
Always. It's just common decency. And most people in this life just don't have it, especially in your generation. Sorry, I'm not trying to pick on you or anything, but your generation, a bunch of and beta males and shit like that, OnlyFans subscribers. Bro, I don't understand how you can pay a woman to look at pictures of her. I always tell people, there's this one broad who worked me over and for $40 in 1998, and I'm still pissed off about it. Yeah. It's like, come on, guys, wake up, wake the fuck up.
I feel like I wouldn't even be horny if I knew I was paying money for it. Like I feel like that just turned me off.
Just disgusting behavior. And you have to understand that most people don't have souls. Anyways, brother, let's wrap this thing up. I didn't realize we were going at this for 3 hours, but you got a ton of content out of me.
Yeah. Do you have people that can make clips of this, or should I do that? I'm not the best editor, but
my people will definitely make clips, but I mean, obviously do the same thing.
Yeah.
Say send D the all the stream, and he'll make all the clips.
Awesome.
Yeah, you'll see this on TikTok. You'll see this on IG. You'll see this on everything. What's up?
Awesome, brother.
Nothing?
I was gonna tell Tyson.
What's up?
Yeah, I saw it was kind of like low quality in your stream, but I recorded, so don't worry, I'll give it to you.
Oh, okay. He has a quite high quality stream.
Awesome,
recording.
perfect, brother.
No issues. Anyways, brother, it was a pleasure. Yeah, 3 hours. God damn, you definitely used me like a whore. Good job, brother. Good job. I got 3 hours out of you, but it went well. It went well.
Yeah.
Again, I always got to mix the red pill with the numerology and astrology. That's just my niche and stuff like that. Other than that, I'm gonna take this bitch over in 2025, and then it's adios. You'll see me sporadically until it's time to run for president. So,
yes, sir.
There
And
we
where
go.
can everybody find you?
On Twitter, it's GG33OG. On IG, it's Matrix Prime _. But I got so many others. And on basically Google GG33 Academy, GG, you'll find me all over the place. If you want to join GG33, go to GG33 WAP on Google. You'll find a way to join my classes. The top level, you got to pass sign a non-disclosure and pass the interview, because I don't let people at the very top. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand one thing. By the way, GG33 Ram, he's one of my top clippers, so shout out to him. He's a major influencer himself. I mean, he's got so many IG accounts, over 500,000. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Anyways, yeah, I got it. Honestly, my team of GG3 members, they've done a great job with everything, including my brother. So shout out to him. Should I say shout out to you right there? Is that better? Okay. Anyways, it's a pleasure, brother. I think you have a nice career ahead of you. Flex the fact that you've had so many great guests on, and they'll still coming to you, brother. It is what it is. It was a pleasure, my man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Take care. I appreciate you. See you, brother. All right, guys. That was Gary, the numbers guy, GG33. That was an absolute blast talking to him. I'm not going to lie. My back is sore. This chair sucks. Like, I'm going to use my super chat money to buy a new fucking chair. This chair is terrible. But no, absolutely beautiful stream with Gary. Honestly, I feel like my worldview just changed, guys. Like, I feel like genuinely I just formed new opinions. So God bless everybody. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And man, the future